right? 3 All-Stars on his team, 4 All-Stars. So they got 4 All-Stars on his team. So it's one thing to become an All-Star, but Gene got 4 below All-Stars on his team, which means Team Tough is going to have an explosion with RVP promotions over the next 12 months. And last but not least, Team Manifest. Warren and Jada Powers, we are so excited. We have 2 All-Stars on the team. We became All-Stars in this year. And also, Tanya Zem Wise just got their first All-Star as well, Crystal Kelly. Okay? So we're excited. And 2 All-Stars. And Mark Gwynn. Tanya Zem got 2 All-Stars. So congratulations on that, Tanya Zem, Eugene, and Nancy. And WP and Warren and Jada Powers. This is myself and my lovely wife, Jada, which you'll hear from in a little bit. We have 2 All-Stars on our team, and so far in 2021 as well. That's Chandra Gordon, and also we have WP2 and Z. So now I'm going to turn this recognition over, guys, because we got our first speaker coming up soon, but we're going to get up our recognition over to Eugene and Nancy Crawley. And Eugene is a man that's on a mission, on fire. I'm so excited about what him and Nancy are doing, building the trend set on the Team Tough organization, man, is on fire. 4 All-Stars in the first quarter. We're looking to see what the second quarter is going to produce. RVP Extraordinary, $200,000 income earner in the next 3 months. And before this year out, Eugene and Nancy go with $300,000 in income and obtain ownership. Y'all put your hands together and give it up for Eugene and Nancy Crawley from Team Tough. Give it up, y'all.
All right, Warren, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Awesome job. Great job this morning, everyone. God is good. I'm excited. Hopefully you have your energy. If you want to hear you blessed to be a part of something great, we're going to get our 2-minute All-Stars speakers. These are all our first quarter All-Star teams. You get 2 minutes. We got to be on the time. Music is having some challenges on the background. So our DJ is working to get something together on our music. But 2 minutes All-Star, that's including your partner. You get 2 minutes. You don't want to hear Zim play some music. So let's give your best nugget to your team. Let's give a shout out. These are all our first quarter All-Star team. That's a big deal. Let's make sure we give them the excitement. Let's get this started. The lead off. Division leader, Lachelle Adams, right? All-Star team, top proud of her. Bird machine. Lachelle on.
Morning, One Nation. I'm on. Gino, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Talk to us. Give us a quick nugget.
Pretty much wanted to kick off the year. It was a lot of pressure to be a first ballot All-Star team, but keeping up with the momentum. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Keeping up with the momentum coming off of getting licensed and just understanding the focus. I'm super excited to be back in the game. I feel like I myself had to get myself together, but understanding what, it means to be an all-star, not just once during the quarter, but, the standard is the standard, as you're constantly reminding us. So I understand that if you can do 10 by 10 once, you can do 10 by 10 again. But when you get to the point to where you're able to do 10 by 10 over and over and over again, then you kind of set yourself apart. But it's just an excited feeling to be an all-star. It's like, for me, one of the highest levels of recognition. I pretty much compare it to winning the Super Bowl. And the ultimate goal is RVP. I love being y'all teammate, and I see y'all at the top.
Awesome job, All-Star Lachelle. Great job. And that's crucial because, like you said, it starts with 10. See, you can't even become RVP until it starts with 10. So great job, because once you know you do 10, you can continue to do it and grow up and teach other people to do it. Great job, Lachelle. Way to lead us off. Next, we have All-Star Team USA, Jody and Carmen. Great energy, proud of them. Looking for you. Give us a quick nugget. Talk to us, Jody and Carmen.
Good morning, Eugene. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. We just are focused on continuously getting up. I know everybody goes down, numbers go down, but we just every day continuously focus on getting up, getting our numbers up, getting our calls up, getting meeting up, getting training up. Everything for us is like just continuously giving up and not, letting our competitors see, when we are going down, because, everybody goes down, of course, but we just continuously keep getting up. I think people are going to get tired of us keep getting up, but, we're not going to stop. We're just going to keep on getting up. And staying focused on what we need to do for our team. And that's what I got to say.
Okay, and then just to piggyback off of what she said, good morning, One Nation. So excited to be here this morning. You know, we are keeping the main thing, and that's staying excited. I mean, honestly, to get on this call and have an opportunity to speak and to be excited is such a huge, huge deal. I mean, you may not know everything in this business. And when we first got started, we didn't know everything in this business. But when you first start, your excitement alone is going to get people to follow you. And so just remember, we remember we're not the experts. We're getting better every single day. And, you know, the first quarter, we were just focused on that. Get better, get better, get better. And like my mom said, you know, just increase everything, increase attendance, increase premium, and just get better every single month. And so that's what we're focused on, getting better every single day. Super excited to be you guys' teammates.
Awesome job, Jody and Carmen. Keep getting up, keep getting better. And let's stay excited. Awesome job, Jody and Carmen. Next All-Star, first quarter. First time All-Star, proud of her, regional leader on her way to RVP. Talk to us, Sean Dre.
Great morning, team. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, first, I want to give all praise and honor to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Of course, without him, none of this would be possible. And just to be in your presence today is simply a great honor. Well, we are extremely excited and graciously delighted with what's happening right now. And of course, I must give a shout out to my team. Of course, I wouldn't be here without them. And we have bigger mountains to climb. You know, we claimed a small victory, but we got a whole bunch of victories to climb. And we're moving towards RVP. It's been a long time coming, but stay tuned. Coming to a theater near you. And so I just want to say that as we are ready to rock, well, let's say RVP, we are ready to knock out the victory and definitely with a push. So that's what it means to be RVP, ready, victory, push. And when you put your mind to it, just like Nike, you just do it. So that's my nugget for the day. And I'll see you guys at the top.
Awesome job, Sean Dre and Keith. Proud of you. RVP, I see it in your eyes this year. All right, keep up the good work. Stay locked in. Great job. Next in our All-Star lineup.
What you call it? You got it.
Marvin and Monica. Right, awesome job. All-Star team. Proud of them. Give us a nugget real quick, Marvin and Monica.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm definitely excited to be an all-star. It's been, it's just one of them things that I've always heard from all the leadership, like, that's where it starts at 10 and 10. So I'm definitely excited. And congrats to all the all-stars. Congrats to all the future all-stars, because it's definitely a big deal. And then right now, just moving forward, I'm just planning on just staying focused, staying locked in, and just keep doing all-star. I mean, at minimum, my goal is always to be an all-star, and, because it's where it starts. And, from all-star just compounded to, 20 and 20 and 30 and 30. So, proud to be our teammates. So you at the top.
Awesome job, Marvin. Great job. Like you said, the all-stars we have, but more important, the all-stars that's on the way. Awesome job, man. Keep up the good work. Next we have in our lineup in the all-star. That's been proud of her. Crystal Kelly, first time all-star. Crystal Kelly, talk to us.
Good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to be here today. I just want to leave a couple of nuggets with you, and that is every day is a new day. Every single day is a new day. So it's a clean slate. Maintain your focus. Keep the main thing. I think Carmen said that. And set your own pace. Don't worry about everybody else's pace. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right. Just look forward. And while you look forward and maintain your pace, remain coachable, follow your coaches, learn something new every day, and then go forward. That's it. That's all. I'm proud to be a teammate. I'll see you at the top.
Guess what? You will have victory. Awesome job, Miss Consistency. Crystal Kelly, great job. Next we have in the lineup, Most improved, Sean Jamal. Leader, all-star team, proud of them. Definitely like on all-star team, teammate on that team. Sean Jamal.
Great morning, everyone. Such an honor to speak before everyone this morning. Thanking the team so much. Jody, Carmen, Dre, Team Tough. First quarter was amazing. Definitely winning. Looking to make some new changes. The first thing that I did was mindset and the belief. Belief definitely improving my belief, not just in myself, but just knowing that this is where I've planted my flag, and this is where myself, my family, and everybody on my team and future team to come, they're gonna have success here in this company. So if I was to leave you guys with anything, believe in yourself. If you don't have enough belief in yourself, borrow it from your upline, borrow it from your sideline, borrow it from your RVP. But once you start believing in yourself, the magic starts to happen. And just get competent. The competent leads to confidence, and it helps with your belief, and you can take off. So looking forward to the second quarter, doing all-star all over again, instead of 10 by 10, taking it up a notch to 20 by 20 and 30 by 30. That's all I got for y'all. See you guys at the top.
Awesome job, Sean Deschamo. Great job. She said, start with a change of mindset, which changed her belief, which also now she's taking the action to get to the next level. Great job, Sean Deschamo. Next in the all-star team lineup, we still have Christian and Latoya as the all-star team. They regional leaders now. Awesome job, one step away from RVP. Talk to us, Christian and Latoya.
Good morning, good morning. See if I'm not sure if she's on. It's cool. So we did it. We did it. All-star team. Listen, and I say we did it. This is a team effort, right? Like I cannot be like slight and like not give credit to the whole team. We did it as a family. I do not want to forget nobody's name, but shouts out to everyone that helped win this All-Star award. Long story short, I made an individual commitment to give a group effort, right? I said, listen, it would be crazy for me to feel the success without having everyone else get a win. And I'm telling you, when the whole team wins, everybody feels good and it pushes you up to the top. So shouts out to the whole team. Shouts out to Team USA as well. They've been very influential in getting this All-Star out the way. Having a team mentality going to definitely get us where we need to be. Proud to be everybody Team ACI at the top.
Great job, Christian and Latoya. Proud of you. Great job with the way. Great teamwork. That's the thing. This thing is teamwork, One Nation. We work for the team, we explode. Great job. Next in our lineup. Mom Gwen, team, so proud of her and her team. She's driving in, going to talk to us. Talk to us, Mom Gwen.
Good morning, Gina.
Good morning.
Love you guys. I am so excited, borrowing that phrase from Uncle Fred. I am so excited. But you know what? This business, they tell you over and over and over, stay persistent, consistently, and work the system, because the system works. And that's my nugget. That is how you can promote yourself in this business. I love it. I'm so excited this morning. I'm on my way to the office for the first time in a year. We're going to the office. So this is a big day for us, period. Love you guys. That's all I got. Stay there. Hang in there. Work with it.
That's an awesome job. Proud of you. Keep up the great work. Keep building your team. And guess what? RVP, proud of you. Great example. Next, we're moving on. Senior regional leader Clay and Natalie. Awesome job. Without a doubt, will be RVP the second quarter. That's been consistent. They had talk to Big Clay and Natalie.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey, it's always excited to be on here. First, gotta give a shout out to our awesome team. You got a chance to hear from quite a few of them, but also Jackie, Thea, Daphne. We got a lot of other people on top of Marvin and Monica, Christian Latoya, of course, Lachelle. And last but not least, definitely got to thank my awesome, incredible partner, my wife. You guys don't see her a lot, but she does a lot of work behind the scenes that allows me to do what I do each and every day. And definitely our coaches, Eugene and Nancy Crawley. And we're totally committed, honestly, to getting them over 300,000 in income. This got to be their year for them to have full ownership. It's long overdue. And our team, especially our leg, we're committed to doing that. And it was, first quarter was great. Got off to a good start this year, but we know we got a lot of things to do and a lot of things we need to correct going into the second quarter. And we're definitely locked in on doing that. We know we got to be playing, regionals, we got to be playing over 30 and 30 minimum. We know this. So we got a long way to go, but we're excited about where we're going. All the all-stars on our team, on our leg, can't thank them enough. Our leadership has been growing. And I just want to leave you guys with this. When you're in a business like this and you're dealing with people, I forgot who said it, but I love the quote. He was talking about that you can teach skill, right? You can come in this business, you can learn the skills that you need to be successful, but you can't teach attitude, right? You got to have your attitude has got to be right each and every day, right? You got to have that right attitude. We talk about attitude of gratitude. Be thankful for what you have. Be thankful for where you're going, but also just have a mindset of, listen to your coaches. Whatever they say, sometimes you're gonna get some tough coaching, but you need that, right? You need guidance in this business, and the guidance along with the skill set that you're gonna learn is gonna ultimately get you the success that you need and the leadership that you need to have to be able to lead a massive amount of people to create a great organization. So we're working on our leadership, working on our personal development, getting better every single day. And like I said, we want to help lead the charge to this next wave. The new school RVPs that are coming out this year. We got a bunch of us on here. I ain't gonna name all of us because there's a lot of us on here that's gonna be coming out this year. And this is One Nation's year. 2021 is our year to really take over the state of Maryland, rolling into taking over all of Primerica. So I'm proud to be one of the leaders on this team, on this organization. And let's get it done. Let's go.
Awesome job, Clay and Natalie. Awesome job, man. Great job. Attitude is the difference maker. That's what it is. Great job. Next. Our last all-star speaker gonna close us out. Big WP2 in Z. I'm sorry, WP2 and Z. I was starting going in and out. You there?
Yep, me and Gino.
I think the music going in and out, so I'm kind of not here. So talk to us. Great job, awesome job, great example. RVP without a doubt, both of them in the second quarter. So proud of y'all. Close out the all-star speakers. Talk to us, WP2Z.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Greet you guys in the name of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Man, it's just an awesome feeling to be able to be on the call with you guys, and just want to give a shout out to all the all-stars that spoke so far. Man, they gave a lot of great nuggets. Us as an organization, over this first quarter, we got a lot accomplished. We had a lot of new people move up. We've had more all-stars than we ever had. So this is really exciting, man. It's an exciting time in One Nation, but I know that we're just scratching the surface. There's so much that needs to be done. There's so many RVPs need to get promoted out. And I know that we're not playing at the level that we need to be playing at. And I know specifically for Z and myself that this is just time for us to turn it up to another level, man. So this first quarter has taught us a lot of different things. It's taught us that, in this business, doing things without having a massive team in motion is something that has to get done. That's all of us across the board. All of us have to develop more field trainers. So I know that's something that we've all learned, that we have to grow in our field training. We have to grow in our licensed codes. One of the things I always tell myself is that you can't grow an agency without licensed agents. So having more licensed agents coming across our organization is something that we're all focused on getting done. And also, man, just focusing on competing. Competing is something that we always have to focus on doing. We've had a lot of great competition amongst our hierarchy over this first quarter. We've got a lot better. We had new people that rose up, new number ones, especially over the course of this last month of March. So competition is something that we got to take to another level. But like Clay just said, man, I know for the regional leaders, 30 and 30 is really just where it starts at regional leader. That's where it starts. It has to be there and a lot higher. And I know in order for us to get that done, guys, it starts with the root, as we always say, recruit. We have to focus on getting new teammates involved in our teams. We have to focus on training them the correct way. We have the field. I know that Team Tough was already doing their field training courses, but, you know, the rest of the hierarchy, we're taking that on of having our field training courses getting going and really making sure that we're all on the same page and rocking and rolling with the same direction, man. So I know for Fuzzy and myself, you know, we had a lot of help from our teammates over the course of the last month to help us, you know, be in position to do what we've been able to do so far for this year. But like I said, we just scratching the surface, man. I want to give a shout out to all of our teammates that have been plugging in. I don't want to start naming names and miss anybody, but you guys know who you are. I'm so proud of everyone, man. And I know that at the end of the day, this second quarter, what it's going to boil down to, it's going to boil down to who wants it the baddest. That's really all it's going to be. Who really wants this thing the baddest, man? Who's going to make the extra phone calls? Who's going to make the, you know, send out the extra messages? Who's going to go into detail in terms of making sure that they're on their game, watching the game film, understanding where did you mess up at in the first quarter and where can you improve? What are areas that, you know, you're doing pretty well, but can also get a lot better? You know, what I'm focused on doing this next quarter is making my former weaknesses my strengths. You know, I want to look back on the next quarter and say, you know what, I grew in this area. One of the things I did to start off when this quarter ended, I sat down, I wrote down my strengths, my weaknesses, the areas that I want to grow at, and also wrote down the areas that I know for sure will help me get to that next level, which is RVP. But we all have to have that self-evaluation and understand that what we did in the first quarter is not going to help us get to where we want to go in the second quarter. If we carry the same habits that we had from the first quarter over into this next quarter, we're going to get the same results. And it actually might even go down because in order to go to another level, you can't give the same effort you gave at first. It has to be a total another level of effort, a whole nother level of mindset, focused on self-development, all these different things, man. So I know for myself and Z, we're totally locked in. We'll focus on getting this job done, man, going to RVP, you know, getting the ring. But at the same time, even more so than all of those things, man, developing an organization of people that's with us that's going to take this thing to the next level. So I'm so proud to be you guys as teammates, man. Let's give it up for a great, great day. I'm super excited about where this organization is going. I'll see you guys at the top.
Job. Awesome job, WP2 and Z. Great job. Way to close out the All-Stars speakers. Let's give it up for all our All-Stars of the first quarter. Everybody great nuggets. Proud of y'all. Now we want to have double that many All-Stars in the second quarter. So let's get to recognition. One Nation 2021 first quarter leadership school. Myself and my wife Nancy, we're going to do this. So let's get this recognition going. And the music is kind of going in and out, Zim. So what we have right now, it says how do you get to the front row? You got to get licensed, promoted, district leader above. You qualify at your next level. You qualified at your level, or you double-digit recruit. So here's our March front row. So let's hear what we got going on here. Let's clap it up for our March front row. So what happened here? There we go. We got Deetra Williams. Let's clap it up for him. We have Denise Dancy. We got Alicia Davis. We got Delisha McClinton. Laniqua Mays. We got Hughes Battle Jr. Keisha Canberra. Angela and Terrence. Kareem Moore. Jackson Avita. Jody and Carmen. Crystal Kelly. Cassandra and Sam. Sean and Shamo. Chandra and Keith. Clay and Natalie. WP2 and Z. Mom Gwen and Toy. John and Josette. Eugene and, this Andre and Andrea. Eugene and Nancy. Tanya and Zim. And Warren and Jada. Let's clap it up for our March Zoom front row. They got that by license, promotion, qualify, or double digit. So let's clap it up for all our front row in March. Great job. So let's get into our recognition. Our recognition time. This is for March. March personal premium, right? You have to have 3,000 or more. So let's give it up for our March personal premium. You got, this is 3,000 more. Roderick Street. You got Kristen and Latoya. We got Clay and Natalie. We got Tanya and Danny. We got Cassandra and Sam. We have Chandra and Keith. We have Shamel and Tony. We have Kareem Moore. We have Angela and Terrence. We have Damon LaPierre. We have Jody and Carmen. We have Tanya and Zim. Eugene and Nancy, top 3. We have WP2 and Z with 10,000. We have 10,000. Then we have Crystal Kelly, 11,457. Look at this, but there's only one number one. John and Josette with what? 20,000. 326. Awesome job. There we got. So let's go next. I'm doing this as I got a text. We have next. We go to what? Recruits. A minimum of 3. So our 3 recruits. We have Shanita, Jashawn Michaels, Angela and Terrence, Jackson, Avita. You got Shamel and Tony, Sean and Shamo, and you have Kristen and Latoya, and they got 3 recruits. So let's go with our 4 recruits. We have Chandra and Keith and WP2 and Z. Awesome job. Now let's move up to our 5 recruits. You got Deetra Williams, Kareem Moore, and you got Cassandra and Sam, John and Josette with 5 personal recruits. Then we have 6. You got Jody and Carmen. You have Tanya and Zim, and you have Eugene and Nancy with 6 personal recruits. At number 2, Marla Brown with 7 direct recruits. Is only one number 1. Crystal Kelly, 15 direct recruits. Great job for the month of March. Next, we got investment securities. You have to have a minimum of 50,000. You got Richard Hannon with 83,237. Dr. Adams with 96,176. And the top 3. Then you got what? Warren and Jada Powers is 131,062. But there's only one number 1. Give it up for Tanya and Zim, 335,954. Awesome job. That's our March recognition. But now let's hit into our quarter. This is the first quarter of what? 2021. You have to have a minimum of 9,000. This is personal premium. Let's start with Pat and Lisa Taylor. Then we got Chandra and Keith. We have Warren and Jada. We have Alala and Jayla. Then you have what? Kristen and Latoya. Then we have Kim and Eddie. Then we have what? Tanya and Zim, Shamel and Tony. I'm sorry, I got Tanya. You got Damon and LaPierre. Then you have Lachelle Adams, Andre and Andrea, Eugene and Nancy. The top three, we have Jody and Carmen with 23,082. And then you have WP2 and Z with 34,773, but there's only one number 1. Also, sorry, made personal premium, my bad. Sam and Patricia got it with personal premium. Also, they made front row. I guess they district got 3,000. All right, 3,000, my bad. They made on March, that was, sorry about that. Sam and Patricia, 3,600. Apologize about that. Thanks, Pat and Lisa. And then we have number 1, John and Josette, 39,952. Great job. Number 1 for the quarter. Awesome job. Next we have for the quarter, personal recruits. You have to have a minimum of 9. We got Namika and Antonio, Lachelle Adams, John and Josette with 9. Going to 10, Kristen and Latoya with 10 recruits. Then we got 13, Kim and Eddie, and you have Tanya and Danny. At 11, you have Kareem Moore, Cassandra and Sam, Andre and Andrea. At 12, we have Clay and Natalie. At 15, you have Tanya and Zim. Sweet spot, top 3 with 16 direct recruits. We got Jody and Carmen at number 2 with 18. WP2 and Z, but there's only one number 1 for the quarter with 39 direct recruits. Number 1, wow, Crystal Kelly, awesome job, great job. Now we're gonna move on to our what? Securities for the quarter. You gotta have a minimum 150. We're at number 2, we got Warren and Jada Powers at 322,229. But there's only one number 1. Give it up for Tanya and Zim for the quarter. 406,466. Great job, Tanya and Zim. So let's go with double digit. You got to have 10. Cassandra and Sam with 10. You got Chandra and Keith with 10. You got Shonda and Shamo with 11. Andre and Andrea with 13. Crystal Kelly with 16. You got Margaret and Tori with 18. Then you have John and Josette with 21. Sweet spot. Give it up for Eugene and Nancy, Team Tough with 24. At number 2, like we always say, number 2 won't do. Warren and Jada Powers Manifest, 33 recruits, but there's only one number 1. Give it up for the Trendsetters, Tanya and Zim with 45 recruits as a team. Great job. Great example in leading the hierarchy. Let's go with promotion, March promotions. March promotions, you have Deetra Wheeling, she pre-qualified for district leader. Then we have Angela and Terrence Brumfield, Manifest. Great job. We got that district leader promotion. Awesome job. Then we have Keisha and Rick on the Believers, district leader promotion. So proud of them. Then we have Crystal Kelly, consistency, division leader promotion. So proud of her. Great job. And then we have Mom went into a Trendsetters, right? Regional leader promotion, one step away from regional vice president. So let's give it up for all our promotions in the month of March. So proud of everyone. Great job. That's our first half. Let's get up our coach, Coach Warren and Jada. Warren, you there?
All right. Congratulations, Gino. Congratulations to all of you guys who got recognized today, man. We're super excited about you guys, about the recognition that you all got today. Particularly all you all who got promoted. Big deal to get promoted, guys. In our business, every month, you need to be going for a promotion. Congratulations to double-digit recruiters, the all-stars, man. I can't name them all, but man, I'm so excited about everybody. Jada and I are really proud of One Nation, and we're a team that's on the move right now, guys. So right now, I'm going to turn it over to my wife, and she's getting ready to bring up our guest speakers for today, man. We're super excited to have our guest speakers today. So Jada, you want to introduce our speakers today?
Well, first, I just want to give honor to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, but we could not be more excited about the speakers, our guest speakers that we have today. First of all, their family, and that's the awesome first African-American $3 million earners. They were the first to hit $1 million, the first to hit 2 million, the first to hit 3 million. Now they're about to be the first to hit 4 million. And we're just so happy that they're part of our family. They love One Nation. I'm going to introduce my sister, the beautiful Miss Elaine Shepard. Man, she's a quiet storm. I can't say enough about her. She's a leader among leaders. When Elaine came into the business, I have so much respect for her because it was already a successful hierarchy. Sam was at $1 million in income, but through the power of partnership, when Elaine came, she jumped to 2 more diamonds. And Sam would tell you that she makes him better, and she makes everybody that she's around better. She's a leader of Hearts of Beauty. I mean, she just the gifts that God gave her, she's just blossoming everywhere. So guys, sit back and just hear the wisdom that she's about to share with us this morning. I love you, Elaine. It's on you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's such a blessing to be able to speak to you guys. I have to give God all the praise, all the glory, because he is simply amazing. And I love him. And I hope some of you out there love him like I do. And I know we're virtual, but would you mind giving my God a hand? Because he is so great. And he is so awesome. It's just such a blessing to have the opportunity to talk to you guys. You're here to hear from Sam. I really don't have a whole lot to say, but I just want to just thank him for how he's blessed. Right now, the Shepherd Super Team, and always the Shepherd Super Team, has been showered by his grace and his favor, and the things that are happening in our team are blowing my mind. And there was some years ago, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, as I was sending out my New Year's Eve text to wish everybody a happy new year, and I was going through Pinterest, and I found this text that said, I have already decided that whatever year it was, I want to say it was 3 years ago, but I've already decided that 2019 is going to be ridiculously amazing. And sending that text just like any other text, but something happened in me when I sent that, and I really started believing it. And I really started telling everybody, and I really started speaking it over my team, that I've already decided that this year will be ridiculously amazing. And ever since that year, I've said that to my team over and over again. So the first thing I want you guys to realize is the power of speaking life into your business. So I don't know what you say at the top of every year. I know we all go through the process, and there's opportunities for us to put our New Year's resolutions down and list all these things that we're going to do and list all these things. And typically January doesn't leave before you've already forgot about it, or you haven't walked it out, or you haven't changed your actions for anything to change within your business. So you have to speak life into your business. You have to speak, even when it doesn't look so great, especially when it doesn't look so great. You have to believe that the best is yet to come. You see the top of my Zoom, the best is yet to come. And even when you're doing great, even for those number ones that sweep the recognition just now, the best is yet to come, because what Sam always tells our team, that you always have to be going for something. You can't stop. I love what's happening in our team. I mean, I can't even describe, and I know Sam will go into a lot of what's happening and the success that's happening, not just for Sam and I. Our success is totally a result of what's happening within our team. And when you look at people going over 100 and 200 and reaching diamond levels and jumping and going from 0 to 3 and jumping from 300 to 1 million plus, and you see this happening, you're in this world like, is this really what we have our hands on? And then in the same token, you have all these people having the success. And then there's this pocket of people where there's no movement. And there's this pocket of people where nothing's really happening for them. And we always try to tell them we all did the same IBA. We all have to go through the same trainings. And there's something about the belief system that's happening within those individuals where it's not moving, or they're not speaking life, or they're not doing whatever. So the next thing I'll tell you is you got to believe in you. You got to believe in you. This business is the business. Do you understand what you have your hands on? A lot of times people will sit back and kind of watch the parade go by and not take advantage of what would happen for you and your family if you really, 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 really sold out and took advantage of this business. It's amazing to watch our team and the unity and the love that we've had established since the pandemic. Nobody in a million years would think a pandemic, a world shutdown, you can't leave your house, and all of these changes that we've had to make happen because of the pandemic would result in what we're seeing in the Shepherd Super Team, would result in incomes flowing, would result in Sam and our family and our income growing the way that it has. But we were able to make the shift and make the adjustment. So you got to be able to make the shift. You got to be able to make the adjustment. You got to be palatable. You got to be ready for whatever, because you never know what's going to come. But when you do, when you decide to make those changes and when you decide to make those shifts, so many great things can happen for you. Primerica, the business, is ridiculously amazing. And I don't know any other way to describe it, because I can't talk about how great it is, but it's the individual that makes it ridiculously amazing for you. So what are you going to do with it? The last thing I'm going to say is What are you losing by clinging to comfort? What are you losing by clinging to comfort? What are you losing because you don't want to get up early? What are you losing because you don't want to go through the process of washing your face and putting on a decent shirt and sitting in front of the Zoom when the meetings are called and taking notes and paying attention? What are you losing because you don't want to hear no yet again? What are you losing because you don't want to go through the process and your list is whatever, and you don't want to go out there and start talking to people, put your mask on and say, I got something amazing to talk to you guys. What are you losing because you're clinging to being okay? Primerica is not an I'm okay business. Primerica is just not an I'm okay business. When we do our calls and Sam goes through the numbers and the monies that being made, and if you're not making double digit income plus, I mean, you like, what? It's not a I'm just okay kind of business. The life you can have in Primerica, if you go to work, is unbelievable. The life Sam and I have because of Primerica, because of the work my husband does, and because of the focus that he has and his determination to be great, and his determination to go through the no's and do what he has to do even today for the calls that he makes and the people that he counsels and the numbers that he helps make happen, and the speaking life in the people and speaking belief in the people. Because of that, we have a life like none other. We can do things that I never imagined that we would be able to do. We can have things that I never imagined we could be able to have, and we don't have to ask nobody, and we don't have to, the options and the freedom. It's worth it. The options and the freedom, it's worth it. The life that you want to. Thank you, babe. You get up when you want to. You can go to bed when you want to. You can go where you want to. You can look and say, I want to go there. You can walk in the store and say, I want to buy that. You can, whatever you want. And I think there's nobody on this particular Zoom that wouldn't want whatever I want. And the things that you can do for somebody else is what does our hearts good. It's the money that we can give to the church. It's the money that we can help somebody struggling. It's the money that we can help our family and to be that go-to person. Sometimes people complain about, they always ask me something, but isn't it great that they're asking you because you could actually help them? It's worth it, y'all. And I hope that you sit back and pay attention and let today be for things to even shift in your mind and in your business and go out there and make it happen. No longer will comfort stand in the way of you getting everything that you're supposed to have, because it's completely worth it. I love you guys. Thank you for your time.
Crowd going crazy. So, hey, let me just jump on. We family. I don't need no intro. My wife done said it. Y'all know who she is. And so I'm just a guy that ride with her. She told me she didn't have anything to share this morning, and before she brought the word. And so we just like to say the doors of the church are open right now. And is there one? That's all I want to know. Is there one? I believe there's about 147. But thank you, babe. First of all, let me say, giving God all the glory, giving Christ all the honor who's the head of my life. So happy to be on here with my brother and sister. Warren and Jada, they are family. I mean, he's my real brother. She's my real sister. Their family is our family, and this hierarchy, is our family. We have a lot of love. We see so many people on here that we love. We got a lot of relationships. As a matter of fact, Lisa, right now, if you look to your right, you'll see something I got for you. Okay, and she knows what I'm talking about. Just look to your right, Lisa. Anyway, so that's just special name for the Taylor family. But anyway. And WP too, I heard when my wife said, man, we can do whatever we want, and I was thinking about giving you $5 for your wedding. Now I'm going to 10. Just like that, man. I didn't ask nobody. I didn't check with her. I just feel like we going from 5 to 10. So WP too, I just want you to know I got you, man. Don't even worry about nothing. But hey, folks, we want to share a couple of things with you. We are blessed. I mean, incredible things are happening all over our team. And we know God is no respecter of person. What he does for one, he'll do for another. we're just thankful and we're grateful. I basically going to go over some numbers for you. I'm going to turn over to Warren to ask a couple of questions, and we working on a time because I got a meeting right after this. But folks, when I look around the number, everything is just so exciting what's happening. Am I able to share my screen, Warren?
Yep.
Okay. So let me try to do that with my non-technical self. Let me see if I got it. Let's see. There we go. All right. Okay, so this, folks, I covered some of this on TV. This is a presentation I've been doing the first quarter of this year and kind of changing and adding to it. And I want to hit you with, we talk about this decade of dominance. We talk about a pandemic and all that. And everything I'm talking about, folks, I want you to know is a result of competing and is a result of fighting every single day to get your name. I mean, the new bulletins came out. Here's one goal you should have, folks. When this morning we call it the click. So today it's a click, for the month of April. And you look at the numbers. I look at Georgia. There are 8 people in Georgia already been paid $50,000. 4 of those people are with the super team. And Elaine and I are blessed to be number 1. Now we know Bobby coming forward, but Bobby, I get a little lead on Bobby sometimes out the gate. And then Bobby comes with his securities and as earned and beat me by 100 grand. But I feel good usually for the first few weeks. We've been blessed when we get those numbers up there on Bobby, but then he comes and crutches up. And which is another reason you want to build a huge business. Bobby ain't worried about how I started the month. Bobby, hey, baby, it don't matter. At the end of the month, I crush you, Sam. Okay, baby? That's what I do. And I haven't worked in 50 years. So anyway, that's Bobby. Bobby just got to go. He got so many people, you just can't overcome those 20, 30,000 people he got working for him. But it's about dominance, folks. I hope you listen what the company says. It's a decade of dominance. It's not a decade of playing. It's not a decade of participating. It's a decade of dominance. And so there 2020, Elaine talked about, in the pandemic. And I just showing you some things that happened last year, folks. For our team, we had Carlos win SVP and NSD. You got to remember, this guy 3 years in the business, just jumped another diamond last night. And then we had 19 new RVPs, folks. So we started the year at 65 RVPs. We finished the year at 84 RVPs. I've never had that type. I've had years of 0 RVP promotions, many years of 0 RVP promotions. But last year we had 19. These are new 50K earners. We had a double digit, over 20 people that went over $50,000. So you got to understand, and sometimes people are like, well, 50K, folks, 50K in our business, less than 1% of the people that ever join this business go over 50,000. So sometimes when you see everybody getting rings and stuff, I've had people say, don't even present the watch. I don't want people. I said, man, I think in the history of our company, it's millions of people have joined this company, millions. And we got a few thousand that got to watch. So if you're in the few thousand out of the millions, over 10 million they have joined. I feel pretty good about that. So feel good about yourself if you got your watch. If you don't have your watch, go get it right away. These are rings just last year, folks. A big time. I think it was almost 3, 6, 9, 10, 19 people got their $100,000 ring in the last year. Again, folks, I've gone years where nobody went over 100,000. But this is what happened last year. And then multiple diamonds, folks. They tell me, Glenn Williams, their presentation, 10% of the diamond increases in the company went to our hierarchy. Now, in a big company, when you think about all these hierarchies, 5,000 hierarchies, we had 10% of the total diamond increase in the company. You just see up there, there's a different, now all the people that got their second diamond, all the people got a third, a fourth, and then, all the diamonds added. So it was crazy what happened in diamond levels. And the end of our year was our first direct $1 million earner with Angie and Randy going over $1 million in income. They were the final, one of the final $1 million earners for them. They weren't the final because a few more people went after that, but they went out in December numbers. So we never had direct $1 million earner, folks. Angie Reed, I always like to tell the story, was hired by a guy that was homeless, had no car, and was one of the biggest pains to me in my 40 years in business. I mean, the guy was a total nut job. He was always mad at me. He was on that, which taught me top, because see, I found now you don't have this one because all your RVPs, man, they all nice and kind and sweet and they love, but you say go left, they go left. You say go right, they go right. But in my RVPs, I always say one reason I never got out of the base, because I tell my base to go left, they go left. I tell my base to go right, they go right. I tell my RVPs to go left, they want to know why. You know, so it just got to keep me in the base shop, you know, because I ain't got time to be explaining to you why. You know, and Art Williams said, we just take orders from whoever make the most money. He said, Art said, I'm not a dictator. I just believe in all, you know, leadership. He said, and when I pile my cash flow against everybody else, he said, I just ain't bound nobody with a bigger pile, but I just not a dictator. I just got the biggest pile. So when I'm talking about RVPs and I made more money last month than you made last year, and you start wanting to question, I just, okay, go on and be over there and question in poverty, while I'm just gonna move the ball to the other side of the field and play with somebody that want to play. I ain't got time for that. And so Angie came in, folks, and here's the other beautiful thing. You can override crazy people. Man, that was a revelation for me when I found out you can override crazy. So that guy in my base who was crazy, they pay overrides on crazy people. He told me he didn't like me. Guess what? The company say, we pay overrides on people that don't like you. I said, oh my goodness. You mean I can override crazy fools? They said, yeah. I said, oh my God. It was a revelation. A revelation. And so Crazy hired Angie, who is now starting her 11th year in the business, has done double-digit premium every single one of those months. Let's say she's been in the business 10 times 24, she going on 11 times. So in about 240 months, just gonna call 240 months, she's done double-digit premium, 240 out, 240. I don't have that track record. She got that track record. She's done double-digit recruiting all but 1 month in that. One of the most competitive people you will ever find, folks, Andrew and Randy. So now we go to 2021. We had this historic year. What's going to happen? You just wonder, well, what can things happen again? Was that a fluke year? And then we realize that we serve this God that never runs out. I serve a never run out God. I serve a never enough God, because whatever he's done, he can do more. And so he said, look, so the word that came to me and Elaine were listening to a sermon, and the pastor talked about greater. And somehow when he said the word greater, just stuck it. That he said a lot of things, but the word greater just said, hey, that's our thing for 2021. We're believing that 2021 is going to be even greater than 2020. So what happened? Top of the year, the first $1 million earner of 2021 was our very own Carlos and Monica, who joined Primerica in January of 2018. And 3 years later, went over $1 million in income. And our first quarter RVP promotions, I told you this is the first quarter, and I might be missing somebody, but I know these are ones on my last update, but we've got 4, which will put us on target for like 16. So not quite what we did last, but almost the same. It would be our second greatest year if we kept this pace, but I think it's going to pick up. And out of those RVPs, so I want you to know, Elaine and I promoted in the past about a year and a half, we have promoted, I think, 8 direct RVPs. And so one of the things I'm proud, we produced those 8 direct RVPs while maintaining our base shop. Our base shop was in the top, I don't know, I think it was in top 10 in the nation last year. So because the key folks to our business, you got to produce great RVPs, but you got to maintain your base shop. In other words, I can't do 50 in the base, promote out somebody that's doing 20. If the next month I do 30 and they do their 20, I didn't grow my business. I just separated. I readjusted. Well, you don't grow your income like that. The one reason we've been able to grow our income is because I did last month, in the month of February, we did 91,000. I promoted out a guy that he did about 15,000. Okay, that last, so 91, 15. Now our standard, just tell you, is 20 by 20 or more. But there's always this guy been with me 25 years. Okay, this guy was a former RVP that came back in the base shop, and after 10 years, his cash flow is about 40,000 a year, 90 some QBI, so we had everything. So not quite the same standard I'm holding to. You got to have standards. And then at the same time, Art Williams said, you double dumb if you don't have exception to the standards. And so I grew up with Art Williams. That's, he's my mentor still our coach. I know he is for Warren and Jada as well. So, you got to make exceptions where exceptions are due. But we took the 91, took out the 15. We came back last month, did 100 and like 114, 115,000. So we grew by 25,000, take away the 15, and the replacement leg did nothing. Okay, now I didn't have a great replacement. They did nothing. There's potential, They averaged 5 to 10, but they did nothing last month, and yet we survived it through whiff. Got to be very wise. One thing's having very, very wide at producing legs. So now 2021 Mount Folk, these are the watches out the gate. You see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got double-digit watches already in the first quarter of 2021. And one of those was Alex Sanabria's 18-year-old son who joined the business in May of 2020. And he's 18. When he turned 18 on his birthday, which I think is May the 2nd, he put in his IBA. He's now a regional leader, making over $50,000, and he's been in the business for 10 months. Folks, this thing can happen to anybody, 18 years old. He's a young, matter of fact, the home office already verified. He's the youngest guy in the history of the company to go over 50,000 in income. These are 100K earnings for just for the first quarter. And you see, I think we got 3, 4, 5, 8 who have gone over 100,000 in the first quarter. And it's all kind of, there are people on here like Felicia Taylor, who's been with me forever, been RVP forever, who a year ago was making $30,000 a year, who has never been a big earner, has never been a big producer, but she got plugged in. She started competing. She started being accountable. And so even though she's been here, folks, she's been here 21 years in the business, 21 years. She's been an RVP for 10, again, making $30,000 a year ago, just crossed over $100,000 last month. And so you got somebody like that. And at the same time, we got Sheila and Vito on here. Elaine recruited Sheila and Vito. Sheila and Vito, Sheila was Elaine's dental hygienist. Elaine been talking to her off and on for 5 years. She finally put her IBA in. She got licensed March 26th of 2020. On March 25th, 2021, as a part-time, she still has a full-time hygienist job. She went over $100,000 in income, folks, in less than a year on a part-time. The first person I've ever had do it part-time in a year. Very few people do in a year. Now, folks, but understand I gave the Felicia Taylor story first. So when you hear, I'm not just saying, oh man, 1 year, because sometimes you hear about people doing it real quick and it can depress you because you can be like, oh, they went over 100 in a year. I've been 5 years. I'm trying to go division. You know, you sit there like, man, what is going on? How do you be like, is there something wrong with me? I just told you, Felicia been here 21 years. Okay. Andrew and Lori Moncure, they've been RVPs. A year ago, they were making $60,000 a year. And now here they are. Carolina Monroe, she's a regional leader. You know, brother. So we got all kind of stories. Doesn't matter how long you've been here. Just what matters that you win. This is the first quarter, folks. Talene and Gerald over to that director Angie. Harris Brown, his upline, folks. Harris upline has never gotten in the ring. Harris and Tachi just went over 200,000. But a year ago, less than a year ago, in August of 2020, Harris removed himself from all the group meets and told us he was out. Now Natasha, she was like, Coach, I don't know what's going on. He's out and he's gone. And I didn't say nothing to him. I just say, okay, whatever. You out, man. Great working with you. Great knowing you. And because when you lead the best, it's like if you in the NBA and all of a sudden you go join the Continental League. You know what I mean? What the coach can say? He doing what? Yeah, he going to play in the Continental Basketball Association. He's on NBA just ain't for him. All right. We know you crazy. I don't know for what maybe hopefully for him, it looks like it was just temporary insanity. You know, some of you have permanent insanity. He had temporary insanity. A few months later, he like coming back around. Matter of fact, we saw him somewhere, me and Van Jefferson, we had pulled him in the room. We said, what is wrong with you? What you been drinking? What you been smoking? I said, let me hit it. Because that's some good stuff. Whatever you on, man, let me hit that. Puff, pass, let me hit it. What makes you walk away? I said, you making $100,000 a year? He comes back, folks, now 200, just there over 63,000 base shop in February. Came back in March and did 67, 68,000. Totally excited, on the road, probably go over 250,000 income this month. Folks, people have whatever. Keep going, keep competing. I went by one, so let me go. I don't even remember what I went by, I don't even know how to make go back. So I can't go back. I do not know. So anyway, it was some people making a lot of money. That's what it was. I think that was Ronaldo and Liz, and that was TQ, who was in my base shop 14 months ago, making 50,000, just went over 200. She's at 288,000. She was a regional leader December of 2019. And so in a little over a year, folks, from 50,000 to almost 300,000. This guy here, William Pillar, these are folks, a lot of these people, I don't even know that well. They've Carlos seen, they is jumping up. 300, 400. All these folks have been a RVP for a year and a half or less. Patty and Gilbert went on 400 last month. Ramon, he went RVP in August. And so I'm giving you the numbers. So sometimes people, how they doing? I don't even know. I don't even understand. And I don't even want to know. Don't just know that you can come in our company and do it that big. That's all you need to know. But don't try to, what do they say? What are they? I don't even want to know what they say. I don't even want to know what they're doing, because the fundamentals, folks, is what wins. Lorenzo, I remember the month he made $40. Okay, now 600,000. He's actually about 670. They probably go over 700,000 this month. He and Daniela were running one of the top base shops in the country. Angie Reed and Randy for 1.1 million. So she hit $1 million December already in the first quarter, jumped another diamond to 1.1 million. Folks, when I talk about jumping diamonds, I always believe your goal should be 90 days or less. If you miss it, just go for it again. Carlos, 1 million in January. You see now that the first 9 days, he's already jumped 3 more diamonds. So they're at the 1.3 million. That was as of last night. They just went over. And Allison Claudia jumped to 1.9 this year, on their way to 2 million. This should be the month that they jump to 2 million. The bigger the income gets, the harder it is to keep jumping. And then Elaine and I were blessed to go over 3 million in the same time period. We actually jumped to 28 something in our main code. We got some other business we own. We got some credit for that, which took us over 3 million. They only gave you limited credit, even though IRS say you get taxed on all of it, but Primerica says you only get to count 25%. I want all my credit. But anyway, we did last month hit the 29th diamond. They don't give you credit because they already put us 3 million. The system doesn't show, but we hit the 29th diamond the last month. Our goal is to hit the 30th diamond in just our main code this month. So we're still fighting, folks. There's always got to be something greater that you're fighting for. And I challenge you to start it right here with a greater faith walk, a greater family walk. You ain't gonna do this business to me if your faith ain't right, if you walk with your family ain't right. And you can win, but you won't have joy. Big difference. So I don't want to just win. I want to have joy and I want to have peace. So folks, when you have joy and peace, when you get it right with your walk, when you get it right with your family, the numbers can be down, but you can still have joy. You can still have happiness. It ain't about being number one, folks, also, but it's about competing for number one. Every single day, I'm competing for number one, knowing that most of the time I will not win. I'm just competing anyway. You know, when the numbers come out, for we had a good month, my goal was, can we be the top income earner in the company on the click? And we lost like $6,000. I had like a $6,000 come out of my bonus last night on a roll up. So I lost, man, I said $6,000. Well, we came in number 2. Well, guess what? Willie beat us by $5,000. So in my mind, we number 1. Because we ain't had that roll up, we beat Willie by $1,000. But on the leaderboard, ain't no asterisk by it. They don't say, hey, I want to print out there, we really was number 1. Well, we ain't number 1. But guess what? We number 2. I'll take it. But we competing, folks. You're competing at all times. You know, Willie might beat me down there. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know right now, folks, I'm always competing. I'm competing with building relationships. I'm competing with dreaming with teammates about what's next and what we're gonna do. I'm gonna cut this line. I'm gonna cut this right quick. Because Warren, I want to get to some Q&A. Where's my next slide? Oh, is that slide moving? And now my slide's not moving, so you know that ain't no good. Okay, so my slide's not moving, so there we go. Okay, folks, recruiting, licensing, promotions. Y'all got a new one on me. I ain't never heard of pre-qual for district, so I just got to call it out. What the heck is pre-qualifying for district? It's 3 by 3. Either you do it or you don't do it. But anyway, that's just me. When I saw that pre-qual, I just had to like, what is pre-qual? Y'all doing something? Yeah, I know One Nation. I know y'all got all kind of things ain't nobody else got. I know y'all unique there. You know, y'all like the Israelites out there. Y'all got their special set of laws and stuff like that. But, you know, pre-qual for this, I want you to know my 40 years, I ain't never, ever heard about somebody pre-qualified for district. Now, the people who name you pre-qualified, congratulate, proud for you, happy for you. But I ain't never heard that. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that.
I don't have a license.
Greater cash flow. Now, folks, let me understand there's a difference between, I believe in cash savings. A lot of people in Primerica, you into cash flow and cash show. That's my new term. I don't care about your cash show, okay? Folks, don't spend your life trying to impress other people who could care less about you with things you cannot afford. Save your money, all right? I just had one of my RVP just send me a statement. His MAP account, this Kenya Tyson used to be a waiter at Longhorn Steakhouse. And I'm always talking about mapping. I hope everybody on here is mapping. If you're not mapping, you need to start mapping your money. Let the company take it out, because if you see it, you will spend it. And his money mark, he just sent it to me the other day, $260,000. This guy was a waiter, and he's got $261,000 in his money market account. He's got a mortgage that he could pay off, because his mortgage is like 200-some thousand, so he could actually pay off the mortgage. And he's got a car. That's it. He leases a car. That's it. That's his only day at his office. But his total overhead for the month, he says about $5K a month, and he averages 30 to 40 grand a month in cash. So that's how. Don't worry about cash. Be concerned about cash flow. Be concerned about cash savings, but not about cash show. Don't worry about that. You ain't got to show. People will say, "What kind of car you got?" If you're riding with me, you'll see it. Here's what you know: my car is big. Why? Because I'm big. You see me in a small car, please give cash at me. Send me some money. You see me in a little bitty car. I have been forced against my will in that little bitty car. I do not fit in little bitty cars. You see me. If you see me riding in a plane in coach, again, cash at me, Samuel A. Shepard. I'm hurting because my big behind does not fit in coach. Matter of fact, if you in coach, you don't want me in coach, because you scared I'm all in my seat and half of yours. You don't want that, okay? You want me in first class, okay? Folks, be a greater servant. Be greater with your gratefulness, folks. Primerica is the greatest business opportunity in the world. We got to be grateful, folks. We got to be very, very grateful for this business. I'm having trouble with my slides. I don't know what is going on. Okay. I'm gonna wrap it up right here, folks. You can't always, never, always, sometimes tell. This was in a book me and my wife were reading, and I just love that. I said, man, what does that mean? You can't ever, never, always, sometimes tell. This is your goal for 2021, folks. People ask about how you gonna finish the year, how you gonna do all these numbers, how you going over a million, how you gonna have millions. Say, look, you can't ever, never, always, sometimes tell, which just means that with God, anything can happen. So we pray that God to surprise us, folks. Surprise me with new recruits, surprise me with new leaders, surprise me with veteran leaders who are ready to rise up and take their business to a new level, folks. That's what this thing is all about. So I'm trying to stop my screen share, and I might need.
I got it, Sam.
Got it?
Yeah, okay. There you go.
There we go. All right, we out that screen share. So, and I'm gonna tell you this. I only got a few minutes. I know you got some questions on. I'm watching the Motown story the other day, Hitsville, and you may have seen it. There's one that came out too. There's a lot of stories of Motown, but this is one they did in 2019. It was Barry Gordy and Smokey Robinson based it. And when I saw his plan on how he built Hitsville, it was amazing. But I'm watching this guy. I'm like, this guy, it was amazing. He had the fundamentals, and he had a whole blueprint of how they built. You know, he didn't just like go in the record business. No, he had a blueprint. He said, we're gonna figure this thing out. And he had really three fundamentals, but they covered a lot of things. But the first one, he said, look, he said, find, sign, and develop. He said, we got to find the people, we got to sign them up, and then we got to develop them. And he had a program like, when I'm finding them, this is how I'm gonna find them, this is how we're gonna sign them. And then the biggest thing was the development, where they were teaching them. Motown was known for teaching. They taught them etiquette. They taught them how to walk. They taught them how to dress. They taught them how to, and then he said, and then the key was, he said, what was the biggest thing that drove Motown? He said the competition in Motown was so tough among each other that we're gonna make hit music because Smokey want to outdo the Temptation. When they came out with a song, Smokey wanted his song to be hotter than their song. And the writers were competing. Norman Whitfield, he wanted to have a bigger hit than Holland Dozier and Holler. And they were going back, and then the Tops wanted their hits to be bigger than the Temps. He said, man, the competition was so big right there that we just automatically conquered the world because we were so big. He said, so we compete. I mean, they had my man from the Otis Williams like, man, such and so. Levi came up to me talking about, we gonna have the #1 song, We Take You Down. I said, you ain't take, do you know who we are? We the Temptations, baby. You can't do what we do. He started doing these movies. He said, it was like it came back on him, like, how you gonna beat us? And then the Tops like, man, we taking you out. He said the competition was so high, it drove us to greatness. But then Barry said, but you know what, but then you gotta keep the love. There was love in the competition. So we competing, but there's love in it. And they were helping each other. So Smokey coming to song like, I want my song to be bigger than Smoke, but I said, Smoke, that's a good song, but you need to change the hook. You need, and so Smokey said, so these people you compete with, but yet they were trying to help you, say that song ain't quite. He said, I made the adjustments, and guess what? All of a sudden, that song, you better shop around, became number one because I made the adjustment from the coaching I was getting from my peer group that I was trying to compete with. It was amazing. I mean, I watched that thing with a whole different, I didn't just watch it to watch it. I watched it. It was like a class to me. And I saw I saw so many areas where I saw how we tried to run a super team. I kept telling like, you see, that's the same thing we try to do. I just saw these parallels. So I'm excited, folks. And I just want to encourage this team to be competing for number one. Maryland should be your state. Y'all should dominate Maryland. No one, I believe in Georgia right now, I think we got 21 of the top 23 base shops, something like that, out the gate, folks. And that's pretty much very, very normal that we're like, I'm mad that we're 8 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10. I mean, I expect our people to be number one. I expect our people to dominate. I expect that's it. RVP and above, that's a future RVP, cash flow, we're just trying to dominate. So we don't win all the time. It don't happen. But what is your mindset? What is your intention? My intention is to dominate. My intention is to be 1 through 10. My intention, as soon as we hit 1 diamond, hey, we're going for the 4th diamond. I mean, the 4 million. Well, Sam, you might not. It took me 10 years to go from $1 million to $1.1 million. It took us 10 years to go from $1 million to $1.1 million. But in the last 12 months, last year when the pandemic started, we were at 1.5. We had gone for 2 million. You know, you go up and down. We're at 1.5. We go from 1.5 to 3 million. See, I don't know what season you're in. You don't know what season you're in, but you ain't gonna find out if you don't decide to compete. And so I challenge you to make April a huge month. I know your leaders, they need to be $1 million earners because I like to see good people win. It's a lot of good people in this hierarchy, but the only way we're going to hear from you, the only way we're going to hear your story is that you do the numbers to force yourself to get a microphone from Primerica. So we can hear, Elaine and I always pray, Lord, give us a mic so we can go and give you glory in front of 50,000 people, in front of 60,000 people. We want to give him all the glory because we give glory to who glory and honor is due, and that's our Lord and Savior. So folks, whoever it is you want to rep, you got to force your way to the microphone, folks. You got to force your way to the mic. The numbers, I don't care what you did last year. I don't care what you did last month. It's all about staying in the moment, staying in the now. I had a great month last month. Guess what? That don't mean nothing for April. It's all about April. Now I had to flush that. You know, we celebrate right quick, super sad. We got our super sad, but then it's over. What are we doing April? And I just have pushed myself like that for 40 years, folks. And it never gets old. And it's a heck of a lot of fun. And I believe in playing hard. I believe in having fun. I've spent a lot of time. There's nobody we hang out and have more fun with than Warren and Jada. You know, we love to hang out with them because we feel we're totally at peace when we're hanging out with them. It's just family. But even when we're hanging out, well, we still working our business. See, that's a beautiful thing about what happened this pandemic. We found out you can do the business from anywhere. That used to be, I had to be in my office. I had to be. Now, we've been living in Sandestin, in Florida, folks, since all these diamonds. We haven't been to our office. We haven't had a meeting. I haven't physically been in office this year. Okay. And yet our office is running, our hierarchy is moving. It's because of the technology and the type of business we're in. So I'm going to turn it back to you, Warren, because I know I'm over my time and I know you have a question or something. I got about 5 more minutes, bro. I can go with you if you need me to.
No, we gonna let it go, man. We know you got to get on your call and all that. You did a fantastic job. You and Elaine both, man. We love you guys and we appreciate you so much. And I'm not even going to ask you the question, but I'm just going to make the statement in front of you so people can know that it's true. But it was not that long ago, Sam, when you was in financial, like upside down. And I hope you don't mind me sharing this because you shared this with our team before. Your building, you lost your office building. Your house was going into foreclosure. And I'm not talking about once upon a time. I'm talking about, not that far ago, that was where you were. And just to see that no matter how bad your situation is, no matter where you are, how God bless you, how you turned it around, you and Elaine, and how y'all grew y'all business. That's what I was going to ask you to go into that, but we out of time right now. Love to do it, but anyway, that's an inside joke between Santa. But what's up with that? So, but Sam, guys, you talking about somebody that was like, he said Elaine was in the house rolling up coins so that they can go buy food. And I'm talking about this was after they went to $1 million, they ran into some problems. People stole money, they lost millions of dollars, and they lost it. And everybody else would have waved the white flag and gave up. So if you out there, and that's what I wanted Sam to talk about. If you out there, I want you to know you're looking at a couple It wasn't like Christian, they just came out and they were like this. They fought their hind parts out. They competed. They never gave up. They continue to trust in God. And that's why I like hanging around, because they're inspirational to not just to me, but for everyone. So that was the story I was going to have them say, but I know we out of time right now. So I just want to thank y'all.
Hey man, they took my backdrop. The guy signed into my code for my meeting, and all of a sudden I had no backdrop no more. I just feel like they stripped me naked during my call. I'm like, what are y'all doing, man? They said, you say you're gonna be out by 8:45. Like, so anyway, they stripped me down. That's why I said, like, if y'all looking like, man, what is going on, man? It's like Warren talked about them losing everything just like that. As soon as they losing everything, I lost my backdrop. I'm about to lose my car. I mean, it was just like I was reenacting that thing, man. I was like losing everything just that quick. But hey, I just want to say, yeah, we very transparent about that. We were, we faced an embezzlement thing. We ended up owing IRS a few $1 million. We did lose our building. We were losing our house like every month. It was getting ready to go to the courthouse, and we were really down where my wife was actually rolling coins. We were still making money in Primerica. Our money had gone down from the $100,000 a month we had been making to $50,000 a month. I know somebody say $50,000 a month. What's the problem? When you're used to making 100 and you have bills, we were still saving money and all that, but suddenly you go down to 50, but now you got 40, 50 going to IRS, you got attorneys, you got all this kind of stuff. We were not making enough to pay IRS, to pay the legal people. It was just a nightmare, but some kind of way in the midst of all that, God always provided a ram in the bush. I mean, at the times when I'm like, I don't know, I don't see any way we're going under. We went to the company, tried to get help. Company said no repeatedly. And I was told later, the company was like, we love you, Sam, but you ain't got a shot. They were like, we just be throwing good money at the bad, man. They're like, you ain't got a shot. When we went to 2 million, one of the top executives of the company called me and said, you know what? He said, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen, because I counted you out, Sam. Not that we don't like you and love you, but we just figured there was no way to overcome the situation you were in. He said, so you kept saying God was going to do it. So, he said, I'm telling you, he said, if I wasn't already a believer, I would certainly give my life to Christ right now, because y'all showed me, and it had to be God. And I think sometimes God will get you to the point, folks, where you must depend on him, because he is your only source, because he really is. And sometimes he just has to show you, I got it. Don't care. Don't worry about what it looked like. Don't care about what it seemed like. No, he said, I got you. Trust me. He just wants our trust. And when you give him that trust, I'm telling you, he won't do it the way you want it done, but he'll do it. Okay, because my thing was the embezzlement hit in 2006. I'm like, Lord, we come to Jesus, we give you all the honor and glory. By 2007, this should be done, folks. That thing went on with IRS to like 2019. So all the time, even when we started our business back growing, we still dealing with these big bills and this IRS. We still dealing with that, but we just didn't show it. Because on the outside, we were just excited and we were grateful that God was keeping us, and we just felt he was going to do it, even though we didn't know how. We just, right. So we're just grateful. And throughout, again, having you and Jada as one of the few people that we could confide in and talk to. It's good to have people who are real, that we ain't going to put our business out. You weren't going to look at it as funny. It was just one of those things where I think all of us were looking and say, man, that's going to have to be a God story, because ain't no way in the world they're going to do that on their own. And God truly showed up, as my wife would say, in a ridiculously amazing way. But he's same God for us. He is for everybody on here. And if you trust him and give him your business, I promise you great things will happen in due season. What he's got for you is for you. So.
All right. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you guys for jumping on, man. Hope y'all have a wonderful event today. Thank you so much.
Let's see this nation rise up. Shh. No, we ain't going to be quiet about it. We ain't going to be quiet. We're going to be loud about it. We're going to dominate Maryland, and then we're going to take the nation as you push your leaders to $1 million. How's that going to happen? I know Eugene is wealthy. Eugene, I need to make $500,000. I need everybody to pick their game up. Tanya, John, Joseph, I need all y'all to pick up. Fred, come on, Fred. I need to do something, man. I know you got the Gucci shoes. I need to. All right, there you go. Take the numbers up with your Gucci self. All right, everybody. Please pick the numbers up. Go get a ring. Okay, anyway, that's it. I'm out. WB, right, when you get a security license, okay, I'm out for real. That's my wedding gift for you, an SIE. How about that? Seriously? All right, I'm out for real. Love y'all. Yeah.
All right, man. Hey guys, that was a great Sam Shepard. We ran a little over, Gino. So we're gonna run it in. Andy's on the call now, so we're gonna jump right into our second $1 million speaker, Gino. Andy just jumped on the call. I don't know. We got 5 minutes before 10, so I don't know what you have to do, but we can jump on.
Hey, Warren, you want to do some stuff like 5-10 minutes? That's fine. Go ahead.
You got 10 minutes, Gene. You want to jump in and hit some rec real quick?
Yeah, I can just do the recognition real quick.
Okay, then we do the rest of it, Eugene, after Andy done. We'll come back and finish. We're gonna do everything, but we're gonna do it after Andy get finished. Okay. All right, so go ahead, Gene. I'll turn it over to Eugene right now for the recognition, guys. We're running a little behind. Gene's gonna do the recognition, then I'll bring up Andy.
All right, awesome job, everyone. Let's get this recognition going. We're gonna flow through it. This is about building. All right, let's get this recognition going. We're gonna keep it flowing. Team build. This is the March qualified district leaders teams. These are March 20 qualified teams. Let's go with top 3. Sweet spot. Give it up for Jody Carmen with 7,400. At number 2, Angela and Terrence with 8,627. But there's only one number 1. Let's give it up for Crystal Kelly, a total of 27,457. Great job on the trendsetters, Crystal Kelly. Let's go to what? March division. You got Kareem Moore with 10,596. Jackson and Vita with 13,209. Jody and Carmen with 13,214. But there's only one number 1. Let's give it up for Mom Gwen and Tori with 32,904 on the trendsetters. Great job. Let's go with what? Regional leaders, Clay and Natalie with 16,000. Cassandra and Sam with 1852. Top 3, Sean and Shamo is 19,949. Number 2, give it up for Chandra and Keith at 20,000, but there's only one number 1. Give it up for WP2 and Z, 22,116. Awesome job. Now let's talk about the RVPs. RVPs, Andre and Andre, 33,112. John and Josette, 43,439. Sweet spot, Eugene and Nancy, 46,223. At number 2, like we always say, number 2 won't do. Warren and Jada Manifest, 74,016. But there's only one number 1, trendsetters, 79,114. Tanya and Zim, awesome job. Let's go with the quarter, the 3 months. Let's see what we're doing as a builders team. Top 3, give it up for Lachelle Adams, 37,471. This is for the quarter. Carmen with 38,436, but there's only one number 1 for the quarter. Let's give it up for Crystal Kelly, trendsetters, 71,004. Awesome job. Let's go to what? Division for the quarter. Jody and Carmen, 50,192. Kristen Latoya, 66,819. But there's only one number 1 division. Give it up for Mom Gwen, 78,451. Awesome job. Let's go for what? The regional leaders at number 4, Marvin and Monica, 65,260. Sweet spot, Shonda and Shamo, USA, 66,130. At number 2, give it up for Clay and Natty, 96,673. And there's only one number 1. Edged it out. Give it up for WP2 and Z Manifest, 98,151. Awesome job. Let's go to RVPs for the quarter. John and Josette, Believers, 106,397. Number 5. Andre and Andrea, USA, 123,752. Sweet spot. At number 3, Tanya Zim, Trendsetters, 171,271. At number 2, Eugene and Nancy, number 2 won't do, 177,752. But there's only one number 1. Let's give it up. Warren and Jada Powell's Team Manifest, 243,146. RVPs. Let's go to March incomes. Andre and Andrea, 12,676. Eugene and Nancy, 13,006. Tanya and Zim, 19,232. John and Josette, 21,113. Warren and Jada, 55,126. Let's go for the quarters. Quarter income. Tanya Zim, 33,353. Eugene and Nancy, 38,638. Andre and Andrea, 41,187. John and Josette, 41,648. But there's only one number one. Warren and Jada, of course, 146,755. That's for the quarters. Awesome job. Went through it. Now I'm ready. Let's pass it up to our leaders, Warren and Jada. You're on mute, Warren.
All right, way to go, Gino. Thank you, man, for rolling through that competition, rolling through the numbers quickly, man. I know that's not an easy job. We appreciate that. But, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got the big preview for our day is we have Andy Young coming on the call. Andy Young is the leader of our hierarchy. Andy Young been in his business. He's a multi-millionaire. His business earned over, you add up all his codes, he's already over $2 million in income, man. And I know he'll hit 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, maybe 3 million or 4 million before the year's out. And we're super excited about Andy being on the call. I grew up in Andy Young Base Shop, Jada and I. Andy was our regional vice president that we came out of Andy Young Base Shop. And man, we have very grateful for Andy teaching us how to double-digit recruit and staying focused on recruiting. And that's what we always say, it starts with the root to recruit. So thank you, Andy. He's running a big event right now in Colorado. He have over 900 people out in Colorado. So thank you, Andy Young, for jumping on the call today, man, and spending time with us and talking to us today. Y'all give it up for our upline, Senior National Sales Director, Andy Young. Give it up for Andy Young, guys.
All right, you got me. You can hear me okay?
Yes.
Good. I got these earbuds in. That's the second time I've ever worn them. So I feel like I'm in a spaceship or something. And I'm in the back office here behind the stage in the green room. We got 900 people out here in Colorado. They're a little more restrictive, so we had to go basically 150 people in a room, all spread out in a room that holds 1,500. But they're fired up back there, starting meeting at 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock here. But and I know you love Colorado about here for the Broncos and crap like that. So great place, great ski resort, having fun out here. But anyway, you guys are just such a special team to me, and really proud of the job that you've done for so long. And it's time to go to another level. That's the big thing. I mean, that's all about competition. And, you know, there's a bunch of people listening to me. I don't know what the number is that's listening right now, but everybody's listening's got a chance to play. And you got to choose what level you want to play at. And I know that Warren, I don't care what it is. You know, I tell, like, if Warren and I were driving along in his car and it was raining, and I picked a raindrop on my side, he picked a raindrop on his side, we bet $1. I want my raindrop to beat his raindrop. I don't care what the daggum competition. You got to win everything. They got a trip to Orlando. They got a trip to Universal. They got a trip down to Marco Island. I don't care if they give a trip to Chuck E. Cheese. I want to win. I'll get more tokens than anybody. And so you got to get that mindset of hating to lose more than you love winning. And the reason you got to do that, I mean, Warren, you've heard his story. We were on our TV thing we do on Tuesday nights, and Warren talked about he would rather, instead of delivering for his mom, buying a home, and all the things he promised, such a powerful word, he would rather die than not deliver. I mean, die trying. And then that's a mindset that you got to get, that do or die mindset if you're going to play here. So one of the things I would start off by saying is if you don't have dream, people think of dream. Oh, yeah, dream. I'm laying there in the middle of the night and I'm slobbering all over myself and feeling good, man. I got a dream. A dream is what keeps your ass up all night long because you got stuff, promises you made, and you still got to deliver. You got miles to go before you sleep. And you're wide awake at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, maybe get 2, 3, 4 hours sleep. That's it. Because the dream is what's going to keep you going. For me, my mom was totally disabled when I was 14. So she went to bed for 3 years. She didn't go to my high school football games. I had to learn how to do a lot of crap on my own. I didn't know how long I had. And one of the challenges I think a lot of people have, and Warren talks, he does a great job on this. You know, I mean, just because you're 21 or 25 or 52 or whatever, there ain't no guarantees, man. Your little dash can end tomorrow. There's all kinds of things out there that finish that off. And we've all seen that in our lives. The question is, at what level are you going to play at for how long and how fast you going to get this thing done so you can deliver? And so just some of those things I want to talk about, you got to get your why whipped into an obsession. I knew I had to get some stuff done for my mom because I didn't know if I had much time left. And I think if you think you got the people you need and you got time, you're wrong. You got to go play like there's, you know, somebody looking over your shoulder, like it's all going to end tomorrow. You play scared. That's the only way you win big. I mean, I joke with the people in Atlanta when I'm down there. I mean, it would probably be impossible to lose a Super Bowl if there's 3 minutes, 23 seconds left in the third quarter and you're up by 25. I mean, you have to like figure out a way to lose that game. Well, Atlanta Falcons did figure out how to lose a game like that, and they're dancing on the sidelines. Even the owner, man, we got a new stadium. Look at me, look at this. It ain't over till it's over. And that's where you're talking about your family now. So I don't know who moves you. I talk about the little eyes and the old eyes. The little eyes are the kids. They're leaving. I mean, I got kids, they're grown, man. And to keep the thing going, I got 2 lake houses, different, and a beach house that they wanted to go different places. They like to travel because I always had them traveling as a kid. So they want to go to this one beach house over here, another beach house, and a lake house. That's 3 weeks vacation. These like $10,000 houses got 10 bedrooms, Disney, we did that right before COVID, $60,000 for 5 nights for 11 people. And you go, it's Thanksgiving week, and all the lines are like, 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. And you got $5,000 a person. You got a guide that picks you up, brings you snacks, takes you underneath the daggone Magic Kingdom or Epcot or wherever you're going, Hollywood Studios. And you get on this little elevator, you come up, you're right in the middle of everything. And they walk you, escort you to the front of all the lines that are 2 hours, 3 hours long. And then when they get off, you want to ride again, you want to ride again. And so the point I'm making with that is my oldest daughter's 40. This year they're clicking over again. 41. I don't know how they got so old. 41, 37, and 33. But they're always checking like, where are we going on vacation? I mean, people in their 30s and 40s don't check with mom and dad. Where are you going on vacation now? What are we going to do? How about if we do this? How about if we do that? And that's one thing that's a dream too, is to keep that where it keeps it fresh, keep it exciting. When my mom was alive, I had her looking forward to stuff. My sister Pat got cancer, and last year, she was in a nursing home like 17 days, but she had probably another 3-4 months to go, I had her wits about her, I mean, at the last week or two, she didn't, but I mean, she was still there, still moving around. We're having to stand outside in the rain in Delaware with somebody with a hazmat with a speakerphone on, and she's, got all these questions. I rented this house and had nurses come around the clock, and me and my other sister Joanne, Randy, myself, and Pat, 4 of us moved into that house for almost 4 months. You talk about craziness. We hadn't lived in the same house since 1964, so we do things a little differently. And Joanne, one morning, because we got the nurses coming around the clock, we get Pat all set up, everything in place. We'd have breakfast every morning at 9 together. And Joanne's 75, so she comes in and says, "You guys don't play football anymore. You're a bunch of pigs. Your bathroom's nasty." And I said, "Well, we got the little bedroom in the back with the 2 beds. I mean, our bathroom's not on the way to anywhere. What are you doing in our bathroom anyway?" So we started calling her housekeeping. Had to live with her forever, housekeeping. We got a mess here, got this. Let's take it up with housekeeping. Take out the trash, housekeeping. And I threatened to turn it into a frat house. We're gonna put a pool table, a jukebox in there, and but then bittersweet all the way in. But it's like 20 grand a month to turn a house into a hospital. Well, I mean, we're at Primerica. That don't mean nothing. And so you got, and before that, Pat wanted to go to Ireland. After my sister Deb passed away, she goes, "Well, I'd like to go to Ireland." Took her for 10 days to Ireland. That was like $25,000 trip. Do the crap that you can do when you can do it. And I don't care if it starts off with the small vacations. You got to start making some promises, making some dreams come true. So you got to figure out what you're willing to fight for and not willing to lose, like Warren with his mom in the house. And it don't have to be a house, and it don't have to be a lot of things that I'm talking about, but it starts with all the little things. And are you going to go get it done and make it happen or not? And so how are you going to do that? Well, you build a business that has value. In Primerica, we got a lot of people hitting $300,000 ownership, but they don't own nothing because they're writing 10, 20, 30, 50,000 on a pen. And Fran Sullivan is the gatekeeper for ownership. I bought 5 other codes. I know how it works. Well, I got one guy, he wrote a bunch of securities. They took everything he wrote and took it right off the value of his business. So 2/3 of his business, which was his pen, don't even count for how they even start the negotiation. Mm-hmm. Peggy Hightower just spent the whole winter in Florida. She don't even know how to write an app. That's a good way to make $1 million a year. That's about building a daggone business. So get whatever is the passion that gets you fired up, that gets you in position where you're going to go out there and make some promises, deliver on some promises. And I'm telling you, this is a very critical thing. I know some of you people are like, well, I mean, it ain't nothing more important than this. Because if you don't know why you're doing it and who you're doing it for, it's just going through the motions. So you better get that crap down. I said, little eyes, they're leaving. Like kids grow up and leave. Well, you better have a reason for them to come back. And the old people, they go away and stay away. I mean, they're gone. So you better get it done. And so my challenge for you is what kind of business you're going to build. And as you got some great things going on in your business, but who are the next district, division, regionals? You know, I got this little thing I put together. They gave me the iPad I'm talking on here, but my guys, my new baby poo-poos, I call them, since the IPO. So today we're promoting our 26th new RVP here at Colorado and our 3rd senior vice president. Less than 10 years, you know, but I went on 5,000 appointments. 1,000 of them didn't show. 32 people told me. Andy Young, 3,200 people told me no. No, thank you. 800 got recruited. And through that, we got 26 RVPs because I go do the work, and you got to go do the work. You got to get your part down. And more important than that, when you're out training somebody, the most important person at the presentation is the person you're training. They got to feel like, hey, I could do this. I know with Warren Powers, if I made this thing all complicated and about, you know, charts and bells and whistles and all this crap, he'd walk out the daggum door. And it's stupid to do that because the business ain't that hard. And what people do, especially with social media, Primerica, POL, all this stuff they keep throwing at you, I call it like, make sure you got this thing down like chicken soup. You boil some chicken, 3 or 4 recognizable vegetables, a rice, a potato, or a pasta, not all 3. And don't sit down with a committee of 5, 10 people and say, what else do you like? I like garlic. I like cilantro. I like okra. People do that. You'll make a chicken stew that's not duplicatable and nobody wants to eat the crap. Make it simple. And I know you got all that in place, but as you're out there running your play, it's he or she who relates to the most people at their level wins. I don't care if the guy is the president of the bank or the guy who cuts his grass. What we do is what we do is what we do. And embrace that repetition. That's what repetition. That's what I did on these dadgum numbers here. And people say to me, well, you think it's different? Hell, I think all social media, internet, all the crap's been around since the IPO. And I know if I sit down face to face with people, Zoom with people and talk to them, but hey, what's today? This is like what, April, you lose track with Zoom world and COVID, but I think we were like April 10th right now or something like that, right? April 10th. I've had people look me. I had like 5, 6 people this month already look me in the eye and tell me no, thank you. I had one lady who I know fairly well at the gym. She sent me a text to cancel an appointment and said, I'm not sure what you do or what we're talking about, but I'm pretty sure I'm not interested. That's her cancellation. It's like, that's awesome. You know, it's like, whatever. And with my codes now, last year, I came in at 2.2 million. We're up 22% now. I mean, I'm going to come in right this year about 2.4, 2.5 million with my cash. That's over $200,000 a month. And she doesn't know what I do, but she's pretty sure she's not interested. That's totally awesome. And she don't know I make that kind of money, but I just don't even care. We just got to find people that got to go get something done and got to get something done right now. And I don't care about, so I look at it, you're a coach. And there's 2 kinds of coaches who've been fired, coaches who haven't been fired yet. Don Shula was the winningest coach in NFL history. He was at Baltimore, then went to Miami Dolphins. Still he's the winningest coach in NFL history. Fired. Tom Landry, legendary coach of the Dallas Cowboys, fired. Both replaced by Jimmy Johnson, also fired. You like Joe Madden won the World Series for the Chicago Cubs. He was a manager 108 years, won the first World Series. 3 years later, they fired him. And more recently, Doug Peterson up there at Philadelphia. I mean, and then if you're a Philadelphia fan, I mean, you already got a bad attitude because you're a Philadelphia fan. I mean, you got a jail in your dadgum stadium. You boo at Santa Claus, throw snowballs at him. I understand the frustration. You don't ever win nothing. You're going to win the fight in the parking lot. I get all that. They win the first Super Bowl ever, and they fire his ass 3 years later. So Eddie Murphy Raw, one-on-one. I don't know if you've seen Eddie Murphy Raw, great training video. Kind of nasty, but he says in there, he says, what have you done for me lately? He goes, yeah, you do something great for somebody, and they like the next sentence is, what have you done for me lately? That's how college coaching or NFL or pro coaching. Guess what? At Primerica, you're a coach too. You're a coach, and if you ain't got players, you will get your ass beat. And so at the end of the day, you got to be looking for players. And the challenge is most players in the system are going to be T-ball, little league, elementary, junior high, middle school players. And that's fine because we all get a place for everybody, but we got to find some ball players who want to play at a high level. And if you're not working, so I will break that down, that means district leaders. If you ain't fighting your life off to find district leaders, people go to district the first 6, 8 weeks. You got to, and we got a place for everybody. So don't be nasty to people. Don't be mean to people. Don't keep pushing them. If they ain't got nowhere to go, they ain't got no hot market. Just let them get in the system, go to licensing class and get certified for something we do. We got, now that COVID's easing up, we had this before COVID. We started back up. It looks like a daggum festival. We got a bunch of Hispanics out there. They love soccer. So we got a soccer game going on one field, a kickball game on the other. cooking hot dogs and hamburgers for all the people that don't work. And there's like 50, 80, 100 people come out there every Saturday. They do a boot camp, do some training, do a little tiny recognition, tiny recognition because the people working are working. They ain't got time to play kickball. They ain't got time to play soccer. But I think there's a place for everybody. A lot of our big events. A lot of you listening to me right now, you ain't ready to go do nothing big, and that's okay. Christian David took 7 years to go to RVP. Don't run them off. But you as a leader better be moving fast, talking fast, getting this thing together with your head nodding like I'm going somewhere and here's where I'm going and we're going to build it big. They don't want to follow a dull, disillusioned, frustrated, daggum crybaby. They want to find somebody that's going somewhere. I was a regional leader with a 15-year-old car, living in my mom's house, sleeping on the couch, telling everybody, I'm a regional leader, telling everybody we're going to build 80 offices around the Beltway. We're, a young region, Maryland's #1 RVP factory. Hell, I ain't even an RVP, and I'm talking about, I can't promote RVPs, but that's what my shirt said. I say young region. We ain't no region if we're a regional leader. And so you got to decide what level you want to play at. And if you got crap you got to get done, it's got to be from districts coming in quick. They're the ones that are going to get the bonuses, and that's going to build you the building blocks of your house and ultimately condo complex and buildings in a whole city. Like right now we got 6,000 daggone licensed people. We had 40 people in our hierarchy qualify for the senior leadership meeting. That's 40 people making over $250,000 a year. I love that hierarchy. I mean, 6 wide, making over $500,000 a year. 3 separate legs, over $1 million. I want that width. I want more and more players. And so as the first one that came in was Ina Pollins, which is Bruce Kalk. That's one leg. And then Peggy Hightower, my college roommate Sid, she's my second leg, and Randy, my brother, and Kofi, them guys. That's my first 3 RVPs. Well, 39 years later, that group of people's doing 800 by 800,000. But I didn't stop there. I went and got Ted Rousas. Ted came in, and that's the Frank Dillon leg, Joe Tansey. But wait more. Hey, kids, there's more. I went and got Cindy Thompson. And Jim Overbay is where that came from. That little old leg with Sean Walker and Sherry Johnson and Taheed Burke. I mean, they paid me over 100,000 just one little. I called them last night. We were doing a meeting down there. I said, y'all ain't really a leg. You just kind of a flipper. Little flipper pays me 100 grand in overrides. But that's another daggum leg, and Lisa and you, and now I got the new baby poo-poos that are, 26 new guys out there, and they're doing about 10% of our business, which ain't huge, but they're doing SNSD numbers. They did 274 recruits, 246,000 premium last month, and they didn't even exist 10 years ago. So I ain't done, and I'm not some guy, people ask me all the time, well, back in the day when you worked, I'm still working. I don't work 6 days a week. I work 7 days a week, but I'm getting it done because I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger on a motorcycle looking for Sarah Connor. Sarah Connors are districts. And I'm finding people that can go to district. It's going to be about 2 out of 10. And they got to go for district in the first 6-8 weeks. And if they don't do that, put them in there at kickball, soccer, get certified for whatever else we do. But find the people that got to go right now, got to get something done. They got a goal, a vision, a dream. Here's the way people say, well, who do you work with? I work with people who basically put me in front of hot market people. They put me in front of people that are good people for prospects. Number one. Number two, they show up at everything. And right now that might be every Zoom. And then when we count off all our Zooms, the training ones, we give a little award cup for who has the most people on Zoom at different levels. What's the district with the most people on the Zoom, the division, the regional? You're on everything, you're at every meeting, whatever it is, Zoom or otherwise, you got more people there and you put me in front of people. That's who I'm gonna run with. Because everybody's got a lot of people that I don't really have anybody right now. They already feel bad about it. So when you tap them on the shoulder, hey, they feel bad about not having anybody anyway. Your job as a coach, go find somebody. Think about Tom Brady. How good is Tom Brady? And I know people all through in the AFC East, everybody's, Tom Brady, blah, blah. Well, ain't anybody can argue with his ass now. I mean, that dude is 42 years old. He goes to Tampa and he gets there. And he says, I think we got a platform to win here. But he goes immediately to management, the coach. He goes, I think we need about 3 more recruits here. We're a couple of recruits shy, 1 recruit away from explosion. He says, I need a running back, Fournette. Now, nobody wants him, but I want Fournette. So let's get him. And then he says, Gronkowski, his old boy from the Patriots. We can get him back in the band. And then here's the scary part, Antonio Brown. Now, Antonio Brown, his cardinal sin in my book, I don't know about all the crap he did, but when he's in the locker room getting $500,000 to live stream his coach in the locker room on Facebook because he's got a deal, and Mike Tomlin's over talking about Bill Belichick being an asshole, we're going to whip their ass next week, and that's on live Facebook the week before the game. That's a blanket party in the old days. Now I know that's We all live in a politically sensitive, go do everything perfect, give everybody a hug, a juice box, participation. You in our locker, our sacred locker, that's a blanket part. That means you put a blanket over his head and everybody beat the living hell out of him, But no, I need Antonio Brown. Well, he's got some problems. Yeah. So here's Tom Brady. Well, I got a big house. I'll just move him in with me. I'll keep an eye on him. Those three guys scored all 4 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. And so what I'm saying is you think you got the people you need. You think you got time. You're wrong. I don't care if it's Tom Brady. I don't care if it's a coach. And it's especially you guys. Listen to me. You got to go get the people you need to win. And you don't have them right now. Part of the reason you don't is you playing that kind of a B, C, D, E, F effort level. And who's going to follow you? You got to step it up and realize where we are. I mean, I know in the early 80s, everybody had an insurance man. Probably 75, 80% of people owned insurance. Fast forward, we got up around 2010, and they going after variable, universal, flexible premium life, Challenger, going after hiring clients. So about 70, 80% of people by 2010 didn't have insurance, abandoned the whole middle class. And then all of a sudden COVID hit, and daggone people are like before we say, well, we got life insurance, and they kind of just do our presentation, just kind of dancing around what we do. We can recruit, got all these great things. Now there's people like, yes, I need life insurance. Well, people got a different mindset about which plays into our hands. But you're crazy if you ain't talking about that stuff. You're not and running your presentation just like you did, but doing it with more and more people over and over. I was laughing out here because COVID, they tightened the restrictions the day before our meeting. Now we got grandfather because we paid extra money to do it right. And they're spraying everything down. We can do a 2-hour meeting, spray down in between. So instead of doing 2 meetings, 8 a.m. to 12 on Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 on Saturday, like today, we're having to do 8 2-hour meetings with this group to get them all out and spread out in ballrooms. And I was saying after about the third one, and I said, now we've got small groups. I said, we're like the business. We're saying the same story over and over. Imagine doing a fast start, but you do it 8 times in 2 days. I mean, it's like I said, we're doing the same thing to different people because they bring in the next group. And I said, that's what you're supposed to be doing in the business, not saying new crazy things to all your old people. We say it's the same thing over and over to new people. And so you ain't got no new people, so you keep messing around trying to figure something else out. You ain't got the people you need. That's the bottom line. So if you're going to win at a high level, you're going to compete here. Like to me, I just turned 64 years old. There's an old Beatles song. It's like, will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? If I come in at 2:45, will you lock the door? I mean, am I going to have any use or value? I like promoting my third daggum SVP since the IPO today. But I got goosebumps. I'm so fired up about that crap and their future. And somebody's talking about young people. I got 150 new people out of my new group. The new people I built. We had 900, but I got 150. Half the 150 are like under 32 years old. And I mean, they do things different. Their music's different. I mean, I love their energy. I love their eyes big as saucers thinking about what they're going to do, getting their goals and dreams in place. And that's what you need is you got to keep it fresh. You got to keep it moving. Living water. You get an old church, a bunch of old people. You trying to do the stewardship dinner and figure out how you're going to pay for everything. You got a bunch of old dogs in there, teeth half missing and cataracts. And, you get a big old dog. You take them for a walk when they're 15, 16. They'll go sit down about halfway through the thing and they ain't walking no more. That's what you end up with if you don't keep the fresh living water coming through. And in churches, what they do, and I'm going to challenge some of y'all to do this, in churches, when it gets stale and ain't working, they do revival, man. They don't do church on Sunday. They got Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday, church, guest speakers, pack a pew, ice cream night. And if you kind of go in there, it's not like we're going to do less and really, put them all in one big meeting in 2 weeks. You need more daggum people coming in and telling the same story too. So I would just challenge all of you to make a decision to know what it is you're fighting for. And you got to run that bad video, like IMAX, seven stories high. I told my mom I was going to take her to Hawaii, and she wasn't doing that great. So you got to get better, Mom. Taking Hawaii. Her brother was in World War II, went over to Japan, and he got killed. 1 year older. She's like 17, 18 years old. He got killed over there. And they had a cemetery called Punch Bowl at Honolulu. And they had all the names of the people that had been in Hawaii and gone over to Japan. And her brother's name was on that young cemetery wall. And she wanted to see it. And I told her, I'm going to fly you first class over there. We're going to Punch Bowl, all the stuff I want to do. And then I looked at what first class tickets cost back then. I'm like, damn, I mean, she'd have been okay in coach. I mean, she going to Hawaii, But I big old, mouth. Now I got to back this crap up. And what I did is I ran that IMAX of, her not being able to go to the school she wanted to because the war broke out, her brother getting killed, and then just, that just little things that in her life, the disappointments. And I ran this IMAX screen picture in my brain while I'm sleeping. This is my dream now of her crying. Her eyeball was as big as me on the IMAX, and there's a little tear coming out, and she's fighting back the tear. She's a tough woman, and she ain't gonna cry. But it's like, because I was giving her a speech about all the reasons why I didn't get it done. And all I knew is every damn night I ran that bad video telling her why I didn't get it done. And there's no way I was going to run that video. I had to go get it done. I had to do it. It didn't matter what I had to do. I had to go get it done, which meant I had to work harder. I had to talk to more people. And they say, no, it doesn't even matter. So I choose to compete at whatever level. I talk about me and Warren with 2 raindrops coming down. Warren, he wants his raindrop to be my raindrop. I don't give a crap what it is. You got to get that competitive, and you got to get competitive about not getting beat. And so you're on the right team. You got there ain't nothing y'all need help with on your system, your playbook, the field you got to play ball on. I mean, the game you got the best. And Warren is an owner, and a lot of you aren't. So that's something you all got to fix. But if he's the owner of the team, you got everything, the best of everything here. The only thing missing is your effort, your goals, your dreams, and who you're talking to. And so it is totally a business. Right now, I'm a circle of champions. That's fun. I'm looking for next week on my appointments. Who's the next district? I need more districts. I need districts under districts to get them promoted to division. And then they get 2 or 3 people flanked at division. Then they need 2 more districts to go to regional leader. That ain't my problem. Districts brings you promotions.
I'll take a small, medium ice coffee.
We back? We good now?
Yeah.
Tell them to get me a large black coffee. Hot. Anyway, just Dunkin' Donuts. That's good too. Anyway, but to wrap it up here, I mean, it's a choice. There's an old poem I tell our guys all the time by Robert Frost. He spoke at John F. Kennedy's inauguration. And the poem goes, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have miles to go before I sleep and promises to keep. And miles to go before I sleep. The woods are lovely, dark, all the distractions, everything out there, whatever we do with our time. But I got promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And I challenge y'all to fight like crazy to build. Don't be an RVP, be an SVP. Don't be an SVP, be an NSD. SNSD, $1 million earner. I've now declared this at our meeting. We're calling it COCO, Circle of Champions owner, 18 first, 500,000 through third. I built 28 first and rode that for 30 years. So what level do you want to play at? I challenge you by producing districts. You're going to get it done. And it's so wonderful to watch the success of all the people as you build a business, but mainly taking care of your family and what's important for you and them to get the job done. So Warren, anything else we got?
Nope, that's pretty much it, man. Thank you so much, Andy. I know you got your event and we don't want to hold you any longer, man, but we appreciate you taking the time out to get on a call today. We know, man, that you are committed. We're focused on building it big. The expectations for the second quarter, we're going to blow this thing up. And we thank you so much. We're going to promote SVPs, more RVPs, NSDs, SNSD, man. So thanks again for your leadership. Thank you for your example. And thank you for taking time out to share with us today, man.
Appreciate you guys. You're awesome. Anything I could ever do for you, let me know. Let's run up the score, guys.
Absolutely. We certainly will. Thanks again, Andy. Appreciate it. Give it up for Andy Young, guys. Y'all give it up for Andy Young, the head of our hierarchy. Okay. Great job, Andy. Thank you. Hey, guys, listen, right now, man, that was great, Andy. We had 2 guys in our company making multi-millions of dollars a year, all right? Combined income between the 2 of those guys is over $5 million in a year. So we're excited about that, to be able to have the honor and the privilege to bring people like that on our call to pour into you. I hope you took some notes. I hope you got 1 or 2 nuggets out there, man. I hope you don't take this opportunity for granted when you get in front of greatness like that. So we're excited about that. Thank you so much for Gino for bringing us through the day so far. So I'm about to turn it back over to you right now so you can continue with the recognition. And guys, we come down our last stretch. I know it's been a morning. We got about 30 minutes left in the day and we're going to wrap it up, but you don't want to miss the announcement. So let's give it up for Gino Crowley. You got it, Gino.
Okay. You're going to bring up the RVPs, Warren.
Okay. All right, great. Okay, now, guys, look, we're super proud to have our RVPs to come up right now. Our regional vice presidents, our goal is to promote more regional vice presidents this year. And as we close out today, it couldn't be more fitting to bring up our regional vice presidents so that they can cast the vision in a period of time that they have. The first regional vice president team we're going to bring up right now is John and Josette and the Believers. Man, we're excited about John and Josette. They're over 200,000 in income. They're on a fast track to 300,000 ownership this year. And man, what's exciting about John and Josette, they already got $100,000 earner directed them, Tanya and Zem, who will soon be $200,000 earners over the next month or so, perhaps even this month or next month. So we're super excited about that. So y'all give it up for the Believers, the leaders of the Believers, John and Josette at Awami. Give it up for them, guys.
Good morning, teammates. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Great job. Great event so far, man. And I hope, we're not sleeping through this event, speaking, because definitely it's not everywhere. I mean, I don't know how many hierarchies that can get two multi-million-dollar earners on a call, on a training, just to pour into us. I was telling our team when I was sending the message out on GroupMe, I said, when success is present, you cannot afford to be absent, right? And you cannot afford to be absent in mind and spirit and body. You just got to be tuned in. So I definitely want to give a shout out to start out with. I'm going to be speaking on behalf of my, my lovely wife, my better half, and myself. But I definitely got to start and give a shout out to our team, our base shop, and Tanya and Zim and the trendsetters, because definitely, again, we talk about we're just a representation of a great team, a great collection of individuals, and we're just out to do some great things. And I mean, I was just listening to, Sam, and even Andy talked about it at the end of the day. We just gotta, if you think you got enough people, you're wrong. Whatever got you to this point, and, and our focus right now, I don't want to start naming names, y'all, because I definitely will leave out some folks, but we just got a lot of folks that just really tuned in into just getting their game to the next level. And some of the numbers are not showing yet, but we know they're playing. We know they're plugging in. We know they're mentally getting better. They're working on things, right? So, and I just got to give it up to Tanya and Zim again, their leadership and the whole trendsetters, man. We cannot, I mean, definitely, the trajectory that they're on right now is just phenomenal. And like I said, we have no doubt, definitely they're going to, get an RVP out this year, maybe even in the first half of the year, they're going to go over 300,000. So we're definitely excited about them. And then just the movement on the whole, One Nation as a whole, right? And I'm just I was listening to Sam's numbers, and basically, I would say in One Nation, we're good enough. We're just not big enough. That's it. We're just not big enough. If you look at those numbers that they were going over, same thing, with Andy, they just got more people that are playing. And I know, WP2 said, one of the things that he said earlier was he just got to get more people licensed. Well, not only do we have to get more people licensed, we got to get more people licensed that want to get in the game. Right. So we got licensed people that are sitting on the sidelines, not understanding the power of the license that we got. Right. It's such a powerful license that we got to understand that, you are good enough. We just got to get in front of enough people. So we're excited about that. We just got to believe bigger. We got to believe faster. And last thing I'm going to leave y'all with is we got to, as a people, just got to get better at playing hurt. Right. We got to get better at playing hurt. I think Coach always say there's a difference between playing hurt and being injured. Right? Sometimes people mistake being hurt for being injured. You can still play hurt. If you're injured, that's a different story, but you can still play hurt. And that's what separates the average, from the extraordinary. He got into the NFL because he was willing to play hurt. He was willing to play with broken ankle. He was willing to get shot up and go out there and still get it done. Right? He was playing hurt and injured, right? But I know, talent alone is not enough. We got people. Why am I saying this, man? I know as a hierarchy, man, we all got to play. We all got to play. I can't say that enough. We all got to play. We got a lot of people. We can't just show up. We can't just clap. We can't just get excited. We can't just high five others and just, root people on. We got to take personal pride in adding to the bottom line. And I just got to the point to where I just got tired of pushing the rope. I'm going to go look for some people that want to work, right? That's what we got to do collectively. If everybody on here just decide to do a little bit Everything that we heard all the leaders come up here and say, that we got to push our leaders to $1 million. If everybody just do a little bit, it's a done deal, right? We're sitting around watching other people do it, clapping, high-fiving. We need that. But guess what's going to move us to that elite? Guess what's going to move us to owning Maryland and then moving on to owning the nation? We got to play. Bottom line, we can't just talk. We got to play, right? We're excited about it. We're going to keep playing. We're going to do our part. You know, we're going to inspire the masses and go get the job done. We're proud to be your teammates. Let's see you guys at the top.
All right, great job, John. Y'all give it up for John and Joseph, man. Great job, John. Great comments. You're absolutely right. At the end of the day, we got to strap up and we got to go make the thing happen. We can't talk about it. We got to be about it. So great job, John. Appreciate y'all. And keep on rocking and rolling. We know you guys are going to have an explosive month. Hey, next person we got coming to the mic is Dr. Andre. We call him the doctor. Dr. Andre and Andrea Crawley, six-figure income earners. And our company soon to go over 200,000. You just heard John and Joe said they're soon to go over 300. Andre and Andrea about to go over $200,000 in income. So talk to us, Andre and Andrea. Give it up for Andre and Andrea, Grimes. Give it up for Dr. Crawley.
Hey, Warren, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Great job this morning. Real quick, obviously, I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to be here this morning to greet you. Definitely want to give it up to you and Jada. We take so many things for granted. I always say we overestimate the event, but we underestimate the process. And getting $2 million earners on the call, the things that it takes, the relationships you have to have, the contacts you have to be, that have to be in your cell phone, the respect that they have to have for you and Jada is phenomenal. And I don't want us to take that for granted. So I definitely want to give you and Jada a shout out for that, man, because, sometimes we do take those things for granted. Definitely want to give a shout out to the other RVPs that are progressing. We always say that sometimes it's hard to see the bigness of the picture when you're standing inside the frame. So when you can kind of look at other people succeeding, it gives you things that you can be encouraged about. And I think it was Sam who talked about the competition and stuff like that, and how not only do we want to compete, but we want to compete to complete. That's the way we say it. I think everything he said was what we are doing, and our version of it is competing to complete. So definitely excited about all of the RVPs that are making progress, the people that are below RVPs that's making progress. But obviously, more importantly, just as importantly, I want to thank Team USA, because I wouldn't even be on this Zoom call this morning speaking. I wouldn't have an opportunity to say what I'm saying. I'm excited going from 2020 to 2021 and just watching the growth with Shamo and Shonda, Carmen and Jody. Even, I got people who don't necessarily show up at everything. Damien LaPierre been consistent throughout the year, just putting up numbers. And so Andrea and we're excited about that. She's driving on the road, so I'm not even sure if she's on the call right now. But the thing I want to just kind of end up with, Warren, I think when we talk, because sometimes people say, well, why do you always do these kind of event savvy training? And I was watching this thing with TD Jakes, and he was talking about how they were in church and it was dark in the room and they were trying to take pictures. And he said his little granddaughter, she ran and she found a flashlight. And when she found the flashlight, they were about to take the picture. He said, come on, baby, you want to get in the picture, right? And she was like, no, I don't want to get in the picture, granddaddy. I just want to hold the light. And he said that was profound, because from a leadership standpoint, what you and Jada are doing, what we're doing, is we're holding the light. Sometimes everybody want to be in the picture and want to take selfies. But what about the people who want to hold the light for the other people? That's what we're doing. That's what this call represents. So y'all hear us talk about going to $1 million and helping Warren and Jada go to $1 million. Y'all don't understand the process. That's really holding the light, because in order for them to go to $1 million, other people have to be successful. So I just want to thank God for everybody that's on the call, Warren and Jada, again, because what we're doing, RVPs, we are holding a light for other people to take the picture, to be in the picture, and have that opportunity to succeed. So proud to be a teammate. See you guys at the top.
All right, great job, Dr. Andre Crawley, man. Wow, man, great first quarter for you and your team, moving up big time. Oh, what a difference a year make. And we know you guys are going to have an explosive quarter in the second quarter. Hey, now our next speaker coming up to the mic, man. I'm so proud of this couple right there, representing the trendsetters, the leaders of the trendsetters. That's Tanya and Zim Wise, man. They were #1 base shop in hierarchy last month. They are on the move right now, man. They got great things happening on their team. On their way to cross over $200,000 coming to a theater near you. Right? Give it up for Tanya and Zim Wise. Tanya and Zim, y'all there? Got your mic muted. There you go.
Hey, Coach. Hey, One Nation. How everybody doing today?
Doing great.
Hey,
Doing great.
We here, Coach. All of us are here. Literally, all of us. For those y'all that can't see it, I mean all of us. Yeah. Hey, even more so, guys. Before Tanya and I even get started on our talk, first thing we want to do is thank our team, guys. None of this would be possible without them. We had some people that stepped into the mic last month. And yeah, a total of 11 people did something to get on the scoreboard for us last month to accomplish things that we accomplished. I want to call some names, but I don't want to hopefully prayerfully I don't forget anybody. But just looking around the room where we're at today, we're at the headquarters, Trendsetter headquarters today. So we got a lot of people here with us. We are practicing social distancing, masking, and sanitizing everything. But we got Ms. Marla Brown that came up from North Carolina. I want to thank her. She added to the board with 7 recruits in 7 days in the business. 7 days in the business, doing a presentation, and added 7 recruits to the board in 7 days. But also, we got our first regional leaders, Sam and Sandra. We want to thank them and the Burkvilles. They are also double digit and we're a little bit away from becoming all-stars this month. But even more so, our newest regional leader, we got Mon Quinn. She did her thing. Then also followed up by her, another all-star. We got Miss Crystal Kelly, who's just been doing her thing consistently.
We can't hear you.
But then we also have a bunch of other people that also stepped up to the plate. We got Miss Chanella, she put something on the board. We got Barbara, we got Ashley, we got Anisha, Carlisa, Velma. We got a host of people, guys. Angie Powell. We got so many folks. We just thank for everybody that's on the Trendsetters and that helped us to achieve the achievements that we accomplished this month. So,
So I just personally, because I know we may have missed some names, but we're just so thankful for the whole Trendsetters team. And we're a unit. You know, at the end of the day, we know that we just want to do the action. We read in a great book that says, those that bless others shall also be blessed. So we're just going around seeing who we can be a blessing to. You know, shout out, we got Dwayne that came in, started on Monday. He put me in front of like 5 to 10 people. We got 2 to 3 people that put their apps in over the weekend. He's on the board. We got Zab who's checking back into the game. You know, so it's just a collective group as a family. You know, even Jawan came up to the office today, you know, and that's what it's about. It's about each one, teach one. And, you know, Dr. Dre always say, when adversity comes, right? You just got to remember that you got to back to hit that adversity. He says a bend in the road is not the end of the road unless you forget to bend. And so we all got to just remember to bend. Things are going to come. Things are going to happen. But you got to remember that you have a back that will knock all those things out the park. And you just got to move everything out and stay focused on what the main thing is. And the main thing is your personal why. Your personal why. Nobody can take that from you. Build your mental toughness, do the actions, and you'll reap the rewards. Proud to be your teammate. Let's take this hierarchy over 1 million and let's help these families because people need what we do.
Hey. Whoa, great job, Tanya and Zim Wise. Look at them showing off the crowns. Hey, we gonna make that crown announcement in a minute, man. Look at them, man. Great job, Tanya and Zim. Holding on to the crown. So great job, man. We're proud of you. Hey, next person, last but not least, speaker we're going to bring up to the mic today is Eugene and Nancy Crawley, the leaders of Team Tough, man. Gino already over 200,000, about to take his team. His income's about to explode to 300. He got RVPs, 4 all-stars in the first quarter that they're about to explode out the RVP. So y'all put your hands together and give it up for Eugene and Nancy Crawley.
Oh, hello. Let me take this down here. All right, everyone. God is good, man. I'm fired up. Great job today. I mean, of course, with Sam and Elaine, and then Andy Young. I'm just proud of our team. I'm speaking myself, my wife's name. See, we just team tough. We fired up. Congratulations to the Trendsetters. Great job in getting the crown last month. But real quick, shout out, like I said, to the team from my All-Stars, 4 All-Stars in the quarter. I'm proud of each and every one of them. The players behind the scene, we just got promoted. District leader Deetra Williams came in, just lit it up. I mean, that's a district leader. Then we have Jackie just been exploding in the investment. Dora just stepped that game up. Mike, I mean, we got so many teammates that's really locked in, and it's all about this second quarter. It's all about exploding this second quarter. It's all about without a doubt, I'm excited about where we're going as a unit. And what that means, I mean, talking about promoting the RVP in this second quarter. And right after that, promote another RVP in the third quarter and explode. But here's the thing. Where do you see yourself being promoted? Matter of fact, when will you get promoted? When would you write down your promotion date to go to RVP? Because like I said before, this second quarter is all about bringing life to One Nation. And how do we bring life to One Nation? We got to start promoting RVPs. We got to start showing people RVP is the place to be. We say it all the time, but if we not, did you see what Sam? They are promoting RVPs every quarter. Every quarter, what? That means it's life. That means it's belief. And that's an opportunity for people to explode. So as One Nation, we got a lot. That's why we set up what? All-Stars supposed to be what? The gateway that RVPs is on the way. Right? If you're saying you want to be RVP, you got to lay the foundation and what? Build an all-star team. And then if you got to get to the point that if you're an all-star team, you got to be cracking over 30. It's not 10 and 10 is just a start. It's when your team is cracking 30 and 30 that RVP is there. We talking about exploding it. We talking about bringing life. The second quarter as One Nation, it's all about coming together, sharing our resources, buying in as a team, because that's how teamwork grow to the next level. When we all buy in together. If we saying we're gonna get our leadership, Warren and Jada, to the next level, we got all buy in as a unit. We got to give as a unit. We got to take self out and understand it's about team. Let's explode this to the next level. And one of the things that Andy Young said too, look, you got to create a simple system that can be transferred to new people. You understand? You got to create a simple system. Too many times we make Primerica so difficult based on all our knowledge. Primerica is simple. It's very simple. You got to create a simple system for the newest people to come in that they can learn it and believe in it and they can explode. One of the things with sports is, I mean, any type of sport at every level, you got to have the business slow down for new people. And when you go to new levels, they say one of the reasons it's difficult because the game is so fast because you try to learn so much. And then when you learn so much, you can't react and do what? Run at the pace that you need to. That's what we're doing with new people. We got to have new people come in that they can learn a simple system so they can run with speed, that they can go to RVP, right? That they can explode to the next level. That's what we're talking about, buying into a simple system. I'm fired up about it. Let's get this hierarchy to the next level. Let's get promotions out this second quarter. Let's explode our district promotions this second quarter. When we do that, One Nation is alive and exploding. All right. And that's what it's totally about. We got to buy into that. Great job, everyone. That's my part. And now we're going to bring up the licensing. I'm going to bring up Tanya and Zim. That's going to go through the licensing because it's all about growing our codes also, right? So great job, everyone. That's my part. Let's do it big this second quarter. Let me pull this up for you, Tanya and Zim.
You know, it starts right here. It starts with the licensing. So, guys, we're super excited about all the people that passed their test in March. The first person we got up from Team Manifest is Laquita Mays. Congratulations. We got Teresa Clinton. Next person we got coming right now is Keisha Campbell. Keisha Campbell. We got Hughes Battle Jr. Congratulations, Hughes. We're so proud of you from Team Manifest. And we got our very own Alicia Davis with her Series 6. She is licensed now to help people with mutual funds from Team Rise. Congratulations. April 2020. Back to you, Eugene.
All right. All right, guys. So listen, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna give some recognition real quick, and we're gonna close it out in the day. Okay. So just thank you guys. Give yourself a hand, guys. We've been here today. You guys want to win. That's the resilience of this team, man. Is that we sit in, we get the information we need because we know how important this is. So let's give up our future RVP crown. The crown represents who's the top person below RVP in our hierarchy for the month of March. And man, I'm so proud of this young lady right here. She's my friend. She's inspirational to me. Y'all put y'all hands together and give it up for Mon Gwen. She has the crown. First time she obtained the crown. Mon Gwen, 14,900 in production, 32,000 in builder's premium. Congratulations, Mon Gwen, representing the trendsetters. Awesome job, Mon Gwen. Now you got to be prepared to compete and fight for it again this month because you know there's a lot of people coming after that crown, Mon Gwen. Hey, now let's go to our regional vice presidents. Man, oh man, y'all give it up for Tanya and Zim Wise, leaders of the trendsetters. The trendsetters got the crown. RVP crown, I believe the first time the trendsetters got the crown in the last year. Will they keep it? Will they hold on to it this month? Inquiring minds want to know, Tanya and Zim, and we're going to find out. Great job. Congratulations on capturing the crown, the cream of the crop for the One Nation organization in the month of March. We're so excited. And then, guys, we ended up with our March Madness winner. We had some March Madness winners. We competed. The whole theme for competition in March Madness, take it personal. One Nation, a non-licensed person that won March Madness with 5 recruits and 8 field training appointments, $300. They get a bonus for $300. That person is Deetra Williams. Deetra Williams from Team Tough. Give it up for Deetra Williams, guys. Awesome job, Deetra Williams. You'll get your money this week from Team Tough. Now, here's the big tournament. This is what it was all about. All the marbles on the line. Man, can we put that trophy? The NCAA, this was the big boy trophy, right? So who's the best personal producer? $2,000 cash bonus on the line. And a young lady won this, won it for the first time, her first time winning an NCAA. Y'all give it up for Crystal Kelly. Put your hands together. There's the champion, Crystal Kelly. Look at that beautiful trophy that Crystal Kelly got there, man. Way to go, Crystal Kelly. Hold on to that trophy with pride. Hey, Crystal, remember you talked about bouncing the ball to bounce back. Well, now you got the bounce back, Crystal. You got it. Great job. Awesome job, Crystal Kelly. $2,000 coming your way. Lunch on you this week. All right, so we're excited about that. Hey, now we're going to go to our first quarter MVPs. We're wrapping up on this recognition. That's the MVP in our hierarchy. Below RVP, the MVP, the person who dominated the first quarter, the one who has the most recruits and the most production below RVP, and it was close coming down the wire, but it is WP2 and Z. Close it out. First quarter MVPs. Give it up for WP2 and Z. First quarter MVPs 2021 below RVP. And now, as we go to our RVP, first quarter RVP MVPs, guys. Our first quarter RVP, and that is Eugene and Nancy Crawley. Y'all give it up for Eugene and Nancy Crawley, MVPs of the first quarter. Both of y'all got trophies coming. We're ordering those trophies. You'll have them this week by the end of the week. Put those trophies up in your showcase. Present them proudly. Congratulations to Team Tough, MVP for the first quarter, and congratulations to WP2 and Z, MVP below RVP. And let's go get after it again. Hey guys, Gene, I said on the recognition.
Boot camp.
Okay, also remember this, we got our RVP boot camp, which is tomorrow. We got Rob and Whitney Cooper, who's going to be on our boot camp. They're going to be the first speakers on. They did over 100 recruits. I believe it was 184 recruits last month in their base shop. They're going to be teaching on how to get a recruiting explosion going. Everything that Andy talked about, everything that Sam talked about, you need more people. You need more people. We need more people, right? They're going to get on there tomorrow and talk to you about having a recruiting explosion, how to do that. Now, you got to qualify. Now, if you qualify, RVPs, here's what I need y'all to do. Text Jada the names, okay, of the people on your team so we can verify. We know the RVPs who qualified over 3 months, 10 recruits a month over the quarter. You get to bring 3 people on your team with you. If you did it last month, if you were a double-digit recruiter last month, you get to bring 1 person with you. And if you qualified at your level last month, you get to come by yourself, but you get to come, okay? Also, we had it by midnight last night. Those who did 2 recruits and 1 life at 1,000 production also can make the recruiting boot camp. But listen, nobody can get on a boot camp by coming in with iPhone or something like that. You got to have your name because we're going to be checking and making a list and checking it twice to make sure everybody belongs in a boot camp. Also, we got Glenn and Lydell Walden who's going to be doing our recruiting boot camp. He recruited over 60-something recruits in his base shop last month. One of the millennials in our company right now that just got recruiting explosion. Glenn Walden, we're going to be on there as well. Glenn Walden is one of the most notorious recruiters in our company. So the boot camp is going to start promptly at 5 and it'll be over by 6:15. It's not a long dragged out boot camp. It's a boot camp where both speakers will have about a half an hour to pour into you to teach you about how to explode recruiting and deal with exploding with a recruiting explosion. I hope you made the cut. We hope to see you there tomorrow. Hey, we're going to wrap it up, guys. I want to say the theme for this school is all about competition, and we got to compete this month. Listen, guys, if you're on this call, you want to have your name called out this month. You want to compete like never before this month. This quarter is everything. So we want you to strap up, right? Step up, grow up, go up, and move your team to the right direction. You got RVPs on there. We believe we got SVPs on this call just going to be promoted by the end of this call. I believe this year we'll get at least 2 to 3 SVPs in our organization. I believe that without a shadow of a doubt. Jada and I believe that. And I believe what Elaine said, we're going to do something ridiculously amazing, okay? And also we're going to promote a slew of RVPs out in this quarter right here. You watch. We'll promote more RVPs out this second quarter in One Nation than perhaps we did in the last 2 years. So I'm excited about that, man. The second quarter is that make your move right now. Let's strap up. Let's go get the job done. Hey, we proud to be in business with you guys. Thank you all for jumping on the call today. Man, I'm going to end it in a quick prayer for those you believe in our beliefs on anyone. Yes.
No, just before you close, I just want to wish happy birthday today to Eugene and Lala. They both turned 60.
Oh, Eugene and Lala, 60th birthday today. Wow. All right. Hey, thank you, Andre. Congrats. Happy birthday, Eugene. Happy birthday, Lala.
Yes, happy birthday.
Also, happy birthday to Sade. This birthday is today.
Sade's birthday is today, too. Wow, what a great day today, man. All the great birthdays today. Hey, guys, we're going to wrap it up in a quick prayer. Thank you all again. Guys, again, we got the greatest leadership in Prime America. What Sam Shepard Hierarchy have done, I firmly believe, Jada and I, with everything in us, that we can do it. We've been inside the belly of the beast. We know what his hierarchy look like. We know what his RVPs look like. We're running the same plays. We're running the same system. They just got more people doing it. And we all got to make a decision that it starts with the root, and we got to go kamikaze and recruit. We got to go bring talent, right? You don't make talent, you find talent, right? And that's what we need to go do right now. I love what Andy said. Tom Brady said we need 3 more recruits and we can win the championship. And they brought in 3 more impact players and they won the championship this year. I believe we can do the same exact thing, but it's going to take everybody to strap up and get after this thing like never before. So I'm going to end it in a quick prayer for those who believe in prayer, not to force our beliefs on no one, all right? The Heavenly Father, we say thank you for the call today. Thank you for all the people you brought in this call today. Thank you for the One Nation organization. Thank you for Andy Young and Sam coming on our call today and pouring into us. God, we pray that whatever they poured into us today, that they will get a double portion back. We pray that we will go out and not be containers of this information, but be vessels where we will pour it out on people so they can grow and go. And we pray that you bless us as you always have been doing in return. And God, so finally, we ask that you would bless this One Nation organization indeed and enlarge our territory, and that your hand would be with us, that we may do no evil and that we may cause no pain. In Jesus Christ's name we pray, amen. God bless you all, guys. It starts with the root.
Other side.